All right, I think we're live. BBK, mush love, nice. Woodsy, I knew it would have been an experience and a half. You're telling me, Taff, this is exactly what I was waiting for. Oh, mad mate. Yeah, well, I've got a lot to talk about. A lot, not a lot, but a bit. Big love, Woodsy. What's going on, BBK? Big love, brother Sarge. Big love, brother. Aussie Rick. Good on you, Sarge. Hope you enjoyed the experience. Good to see you going live soon. Keen to hear all about it if you're willing to share. Yeah, I'm going to share a bit of it. Definitely a whole lot. Woodsy, g'day Taff, Charlie C, spill the beans. I was going to take it early in the morning, but I ended up having to do a few things in the morning. So I ended up taking the mushies till about 11:30, 11:45 yesterday morning. So just before midday. And Woodsy's hi Charlie C. Big love all. Jamal Wong, g'day Sarge, g'day Jamal, how are you, brother? So in the end, what the chocolates ended up being, I ended up having 3 grams per cube, if you remember rightly, when I did them on Thursday night. So I decided just to take 9 grams, and they were pretty hard. So, and they're really hard because I was such deep in the tray. I microwaved them just to soften the chocolate, and I threw 4 scoops of ice cream just to help the chocolate go down. There's no mushroom taste whatsoever in the chocolate. You can't taste mushroom at all. It's just a lot of I don't eat that much chocolate. It's just a lot of chocolate to get through because my ice trays were so deep. I look at different ways to do that. Nigel, Sarge, fan chat, Taff, and you had I did have 3. Nice, bro. That's the spirit. So did Josh, my young fella. He had his as well. And then once we ate them, we decided we've got this walk that I do, and it's about 2.5 kilometers. And we decided to go for the walk, right? And my son, as we're walking, he was saying he can, because he's taken it a fair bit. He said, I'll be able to tell you how strong it is just from his experimentation by how quickly soon it's going to, come on. Like how long is this experience? When's it going to start? And we got about 10 minutes into the walk, and he was like, oh, shit, I can. He just said, I can start to feel it, Dad. And I couldn't yet, maybe because I'm a bit bigger, metabolized maybe a bit slower. My young fella's pretty lean. And by the time I got about probably 15, 20 minutes into it, it started to get hard to walk. And everything was very vibrant. So no hardcore visuals or hallucinations, but the grass became bright green. The tar, the road became really black. Like everything was extra vibrant. But while we're walking, it didn't get much more hardcore visualized than that. It was just very vibrant. And where I get to walk to, because I live on a dirt road. So once I got off the tar, I walk down this particular road, and the way the gum trees and the natives are growing, they grow up and sort of over the road. So it's sort of like not like a tunnel, but it's quite shaded. It's quite shaded through there when you're driving through there. And that was really nice to walk through there. Like I was looking at the shadows, and because the sun was coming through on the ground, the shadows weren't doing anything crazy, but it was I can see the potential. This is only 15, 20 minutes after eat them. I ate them, put my shoes on, and we just went for a walk just to kill that, that time. Okay, so then I come down a steep hill. We come out of that part, turn left. We're laughing because we're starting to feel it coming on. So, I'm making my son laugh. We're cracking jokes and stuff. We're talking about Bigfoot and Bigfoot's girlfriend, shit like that, because we live in the bush, and we're just just bonding and having fun and just talking and laughing. And then I got down the bottom of this hill, and then it's about probably 400, 500 to my driveway. And then it was like a tranquilizer. It was like it was really hard to fucking walk. The visuals hadn't got any. My vision started to go a bit blurry, so things were blending into each other from a distance. Up close, if I was looking at like the fence post, when I come up close to the fence, there'd be like 4 posts, and the wire there'd be 4 lots of wire, and then the tree behind it would be like 4 lots of trees, and it was just really hard to focus on what I was actually seeing and what I was confronting in front of me. So that was just, it felt uneasy because I was walking and I was about 400 meters from home. And I said to Josh, it felt like what it would have felt like in that movie Old School, where Stifler, when you remember he's at the kids' party and he's got the pony. He's like, yeah, like one of these motherfuckers. And he's got the trank gun and he's like, this trank can take out a rhino at 100 meters. And Will Farrow's looking at it and fucking shoots himself in the jugular vein and tranks himself. I was laughing. I said, this is how that must feel, because I got to the corner post and then from the road, I got about a 100-meter driveway. And I just beeline from the corner post of the fence line up the top straight to my drawer, because I don't know, another 5 or 10 minutes, maybe another 1,000 meters. I don't know if I'd be able to walk. I'd have to sit down. So, and now when people are saying you're going to be melting, I never really understood what that meant. But when they say the melting, it literally shuts your body. It doesn't shut your body down like my heart. Your heart rate doesn't raise. There's no like medical change at all whatsoever. You don't feel high blood pressure, low blood pressure, or anything. You don't feel like you're going to faint or anything like that. But oh, hang on, let me just get in the chat here. Go Sarge, Woodsy, Nigel, Sarge Fun Chat, Woodsy, see this you. Yeah, I want to ring you. I want to ring you, Boston, and when you got a time where we can probably chat for like half an hour, I just want to bounce some stuff that was really deep that I just want to talk to you about, because you know, you're the man introduced to it, and I think I just want to run some shit by you, lad. JP Phone 20, much love. Cheers, lads. Woodsy, g'day, C's. Nigel, sounds par for the course. Hell yeah. G'day, Woodsy. Not uncommon with subs, bro. Okay, Ash. Mel was keeping me a little bit updated. I'm glad you had fun, bro. Well, fun. I don't know if I'm going to say fun there for a few hours. Ramo, what's up, Chris? Woodsy, see this, everyone. Hey, lad, Ash, everyone, big love for tuning in. So just a quick update for those who are tuning in. I cooked up some magic mushrooms and South Australian subs. I had an ounce. I distributed that into some baking chocolate on Thursday night. I did a live. Some people in the chat were with me to watch that live. It was a bit of fun. I fucked it up at the start, but we got it right. I ended up making 9 chocolates worth 3 grams each. And then I decided to take 9 grams, 3 full cubes, about 11:30, 11:45 yesterday. And then me and my young fella decided to go for a walk just to kill the time and just be in nature, because we live in the bush. And I thought, what a way just to kick it off and ease it into thing. It was a little bit sunny. It's been cool, sunny with a nice cool breeze, and the sun was coming through the shadow. I got to feel the shadow effect on the road, just the shimmer of the shadows as we're walking through. Anyway, so the trank effect. Holy fucking shit. And I told that story to Josh. I'm like, that fucking when Stifler fucking, when Will Farrow shoots himself in the fucking neck with that trank gun, bro, and he's like going down. He's like, man, that's what it felt like, right? And I got to the door and I just came straight into here, and I sort of laid back. And then you really couldn't move. I could do small movements, and in my mind, I was physically fit. I felt like I could just get up and walk around, but it was like the can't and won't overrode the will for my body to move. So I was like tranquilized here. Like I said, I could move around and move my head, but it was really debilitating. Really made me vulnerable. I didn't realize that mushies, because nobody talks about the effect it has on the body. Everybody talks about the spiritual effect or the thought jungle. People talk about the visuals, but nobody talks about the actual effect it has on the body. Well, not that I've really witnessed. It's all about, the meaning. What did you get out of it? The truth. What is the medicine side of it? But what it does to your body. Holy fucking shit. Well, what it did for me, because my son had a completely different experience. We had 2 completely different experiences, like completely. And I'm going to say 9 grams of a South Australian subs, in my opinion, is not the type of thing you're going to go with your mates and have a campfire and say, let's take 9 grams and have a fucking mad night. That's just not going to happen. You might have a mad or a bad night on your individual self, but it's not the type of mushroom, in my opinion, that if you take a large dose like that, where you're going to sit around the fire and fucking have a good time, bro. No way. It fucking shuts your body. Well, it shut my body down. But, like, if I had the willpower in the drive, I could still push through it. But, like, I didn't want to, because I wanted to let the mushroom do what it wanted to do. And I was at home. So I'm in my castle, bro. I'm saying, I had no worries like that. And Joshy decided to go and just lay down on his bed because he's like, holy fuck, you know, it was tranking him as well. And now this is about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, so we walked 2.4 kilometers, you know, it takes 20 minutes. And then, and so now I'm on the couch and I'm fucking tranquilized. And on the TV, the last thing I was watching when we're getting ready to like get the chocolates and eat, I was watching some American dude playing the pokies in a thing because he was betting like $200 a spin, like crazy shit that you just, you know, no one can ever do. And I was watching that and he had the feature and there was a gold train, right? And the train was coming out of the TV and felt like it was touching the back of the table here and coming in. And this train was just coming in and it was going blue, gold, red, green, in and out of the TV, straight at me. And I was like, because I've never had any visuals, I've never had any hallucinations, I've never had anything on the small amounts of mushrooms I've tried in the past. The last time I did Australian subs, I had about 3 or 4 grams, and it made me laugh my ass off. That's why I thought I was going to have more of a high, fun, visual, fucking, this is hilarious time. Because that's what the small amount did to me. It just made me laugh and laugh and laugh. I had to go to bed. I was laughing so much, I was laughing in bed. And I just felt really good about myself. I had a mad sleep. This was completely different. This was completely fucking different. So I'm having this hard visual of this train. And then I felt like I was going to throw up, right? So Mel and Sarah go and get a red bucket. And they put the bucket down to my side here. And now this red fucking bucket is making everything red. Like, and I know it's the bucket because I'm looking here and in my peripheral, everything where like around the room is white, had like a red tinge. And as it went further from my vision, the darker the red got. So if I tried to concentrate on a dot above the TV or above, like where I was laying down here looking straight up, it was sort of like a white, light pink. And then through my peripheral, it was really dark, deep red. And then when I look at the red, it was the bucket. It was almost like it was a hot coal. And there was no heat, but it was just so bright and so illuminating the room like it was a fucking spotlight. But when I pinpoint my vision, it wouldn't be red there. It would sort of like have this little hole of clarity and then this red. But while I'm having this visual, the thought jungle starts. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know about other people that have tried it, but once you have a large dose, you've got to navigate the thought jungle, and this is where you can beat yourself up really badly, and the trip can go dark. I think, and in my opinion, or this is where you can see the truth about yourself, and you're happy with what you see, or you see remedies in what you see about yourself, or what you see about the truths that are given to you from the universe. And you're happy with that, so then it sets the trip into a more positive thinking, a more philosophical thinking way about how life could be better, what you can do to change. It's like this, right? But then I found there's also the truth. The mushrooms will tell you what you need to know about yourself, about the truth, in my opinion, and in my experience. It might be slightly different for everybody. Right, and the truth is damning, right? And some people aren't comfortable with the truth. That's why I think people are scared of psychedelics, because they're scared to see themselves for what they really are. You know what I mean? I think they've been numbing themselves or running away from it, that psychedelics is way too much. And I can understand that train of thought, and I can understand why people do that. Okay, so for me, there's a few things that are really personal that I don't really want to get into, but I'm going to be pretty generalized here, and I'm going to go into some things that were personal that I want to share how it came to me. So I'm having these visuals, and it happened to be this fucking train, because there was a train on the TV that's going boom, 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 boom. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I said, oh shit, I think I'm going to throw up. They get a bucket. The bucket now is distorting everything. Everything's red. Everything's red in my peripheral, and I'm having this thought now. The thought jungle starts. It's coming in. And there's nothing you can do to distract it. You can go, like, it was hard to communicate with other people. I could still communicate with Mel, and my daughter would come in and say, how are you going? But whenever my daughter would sit in front of me on the chair over there, her hair would she stuck her finger in a socket, and her hair was up like that, but with a nice aura around it. And her face was flashing like yellow and white, yellow and white, yellow and white. and she's trying to have a somewhat serious conversation with me. She's just having a shower. That's why she's not with me now. She'll be with me to tell some stuff. She's just having a shower, and she'll be here soon. And it was really hard to concentrate on her because the visuals on the visuals on her and my peripherals were so intense. It was it made me feel guilty. It put this guilt trip onto myself because I'm like, you know, you're being selfish right now. Your daughter's trying to have a fucking serious conversation with you, and you're thinking about yourself. And I put this whole hard, like, kick myself in the nuts. And then you can go like, boom, down this, oh, you're a shit cunt, you know, you can do better, and fully beat yourself up, and it can turn really dark. I find there's three roads. Or you can go, that's the truth, and I accept it. There's nothing I can do about it, but it's what it is, and you understand who you are and what it means. And then there's the third one where you can go, holy shit, I've just learnt this new truth about myself, about life, and I can do something about it. When I sober up from this, I'm going to fucking act on this thought that's just enlightened this truth on me. So I think they're the three routes that when you're on these intense mushroom and a high dosage, especially of these subbies, I think it goes that way. It goes where you'll go guilt because you're just seeing what you see. It might be about how you know, it might be about your own, like an ego death. It might be your own bravado when you've been lying to yourself and you're seeing yourself for who you really are. It might be your relationship with your son, daughter, father, mother, wife, partner. It might be the way that you know, some trauma that you've never dealt with, and that you're seeing the person that you've been ignoring or trying to, you know what I mean, for the first time. And then you can go down that thing and go and get lost with the next dead question, like, how much of a shit cunt are you? This is how much of a shit cunt you are. And you can really get caught up down there. And I think that's when people say they had a bad trip or they get scared of having their mushrooms for the first time, is because they can stumble down that dark pocket in that guilt because they've just seen a truth about themselves or about life or about their friends or about their, like I see, when I went out the pack, I'd keep telling, I saw my house and I started seeing things about my house that I was confronting for me. Let me just catch up on the fucking, just get my heart rate up, going back through that. I'm trying to, because I want to take you step by step of how this was for me. Because at the time too, I was thinking when I do my report, I want to be able to try and break this down. But it was, like I said, sometimes the thought process was so fucking deep and some of it was the truth was so alarming for me that you try and think about something else, shake your head, or I'd come in and I'd go to Josh, how you feeling, mate? Because I wanted to break out of that cycle because I could see it was sucking me into a dark thing. I didn't want to keep kicking myself in the nuts. I get it. I understand that truth about myself. I don't want to keep fucking giving it to myself, you know what I mean? And I could see that's what people could do so easily if you're not comfortable about yourself or if you're not aware of a lot of things about yourself and you're being sort of living in denial and a self-denial that you don't even know. You could really lose yourself in that guilt trip of negative thought after negative thought after negative thought, you know? And then I said, then there was the one where you can just go, holy shit, that's a truth. It's scary and it's real. And there's, you know, you just accept it or you don't. And then that, I don't know how you deal with it. I just accepted whatever I felt about me. And then there was the positive one where it's like, right, I'm armed with this information, this new information in my head. I can act on it. I can do nothing, or I can start beating myself up of why I have been doing nothing and why I'm not going to act on it, and go down that third road and just go, this is why you're not going to act on it. This is why this, and then boom, 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 beating yourself up again. So I just wanted to let people know that could be the three roads that you come across. It's not a Y. It could be like a W section, man, when you find yourself. And I found myself going down that dark road, but because I'm mature enough for I suppose, and with my mental health over the last 10 years, I've been working with a psychiatrist. So I was lucky enough to get work through a lot of my own ego and my own humility and humbling me. I worked through that when I left the military with my psychiatrist. So thankfully, I wasn't discovering an ego death or humbling myself through my trips. It was more about, for me, it was more about my relationships with people. That's what it was hit me hard, was my relationships with people this particular time. So it was not. So I could understand if you know, like you could really have a bad time and beat yourself up bad, and then that would scare you away from mushrooms instead of going, no, I need to take another dose and deal with that again, and just really get comfortable with those truths, you know, because that's, I don't know. What do you think in the chat? I'll catch up in the chat in a sec. I'll have a chat. I'll check up in the chat. But what do you guys think? Like, I think mushrooms is a medicine that relieves in small doses. It can be euphoric in the way it can make you feel good and everything. There's a subtle bounce and a jiggle to life, and it's fun. And what you watch on TV is funny. People talking, the jokes that they tell is extra funny. You know, and then you can go into these deeper dosages on the stronger mushrooms like the South Australian subs, and I think they start to become more of a medicine for your self-awareness, because it's very introspective. Mushrooms, I find, is very introspective, and no matter how you try to distract that introspective look, it's like, oh no, I don't like where I'm going right now with this thought. And so now I want to watch TV and try something trippy, and then it's like, no, can't you fucking facing this? And no, I'm going to go and see Josh and strike a conversation. No, can't. You got to deal with this. Until you deal with it and you come to that W, are you going to kick yourself hard in the balls and keep going down? Are you going to fucking accept it and go, right, this is just the truth about me that's just ugly, but, you know, it's just a part of me? And, or you go, you can't accept it, and then you're struggling with that part, which can be another little deep run into a deep, dark hole. Or do you go, fuck it? You know, which I did a lot yesterday. This is just in my repertoire of my character and myself, knowing of myself, and now how I look and what my loyalties, what my real loyalties are in relationships are. And then I would go, right, okay, now I can act on that. I can physically act on that. But then it goes, are you really? Are you just saying that because you're in the thought jungle, and you're going to say anything to get through the thought jungle? And then you're like, oh, are you really going to act on it? And when you come off this, are you really going to act on it? And you're going to fucking get up in the morning and you're going to go for a run. And you're going to, you know, instead of just walking, you're going to start stepping it up like you've been wanting to. You know, are you going to fucking motivate your family to get more fitter? Are you going to, this is just like the start of this deep dive into my self-awareness of how I treat people, relationships. It was really, I think this is what the mushroom did. The medicine for me was truthful awareness of my relationships, really, of how I thought I was a good husband or a good father, and it was showing me, you're not. This is where you're weak. This is where you think you're fucking good, but you're fucking not, mate, and you need to. And then some of it, I was like, there's nothing I can do about it. That's who I am. And then you either accept that and just go, thanks, love. I'll fuck my neck this morning. Thanks, darling. Do I accept that and just accept that and love myself for who I am? And it's all right. It's not, that's part of me not going to hurt anybody or hurt anybody else, or do I beat myself up some more? Do I beat myself up some more and dig in and go, why? Why are you that person? Is that going to change the outcome? Are you going to be able to make yourself a better? Is that truthful awareness where you're going to beat yourself up really, really bad, and it's hard to come back from, because it's like it's like a little self thing in your head now. That truth's it's been seen. You can't unsee it, you know. So it's just going to dig away there, and the mushrooms make you deal with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can distract yourself. I don't want to do this. I'm going to go for a walk out the back and change my scenery. No, back introspective. You need to look at this part. This is what I'm telling you. You need to look at right now. This is what it was like for me, guys. For some of you, it might have been completely different. I just want to be honest, and I just want people to have I just really wanted to share this experience because, like I said, I wanted to get something out of this, and fucking did I what, cunt? Did I what? Okay, let me just have a drink on my cuppa. I'm going to have a Billy. I just want to go through the chat because I don't want to. I see there's a 24. We've been floating between 24 and 29. Okay, so Ramo, g'day, Chris. Hey, Milky, how are you, brother? Safe place. I'm curious about seeing angels, what they were like. Never really saw angels. Woodsy, Strawberry Milk. Subs can have an incredible body load. I quite enjoy the melting feeling. Oh yeah, I didn't mind it, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to stimulate more visuals, so I didn't want to sit there with myself in that position. I wanted to be more active. I wanted to get out and walk down in the creek line and just feel the breeze and the sun and the trees and just see what else. What can I get? Well, I wanted to get out of the fixed space, the 4 rooms. I wanted to get away from the music. I just wanted to be at one with nature. I wanted to stimulate something else. So when I was tranked like that, it was sort of like fuck, I want to move more. I want to stimulate my body more here. And it just for about maybe 40 minutes to an hour, it did that. Where I really was like, the can't's overriding the will right now. You know what I mean? And for me, that's not usually a thing. But like, it was just okay, it's making me do this for a reason. I need to sit here and stop distracting myself from this fucking truth that's trying to tell me right now. Okay. 1.5 grams, perfect to go out and be. Yeah, bloody oath, man. I totally agree, BBK. Totally. Any more you stay home. That's right. 9 grams is a big dose. Definitely more of a spiritual journey than yeah, no, that's right. And I'll just, if you're interested in that, for people that may thinking about doing a large dose and thinking they're going to be able to sit by the campfire and and enjoy a trippy fucking experience, it's not going to be the case, I don't think, for most people, especially beginners or someone like myself who's only done it a few smaller dosages. Because I had an expectation, because I've had these smaller dosages, I sort of had an expectation, but it was a false expectation I put on myself because I didn't realize the link into like this truth. I don't know, guys. Do you find it's a truthful experience? It's an introspective where you look in and it sort of looks at all your flaws and good points too. But because you know your good points already, so it's like, no, you know that. You don't need to dwell on what you're good at or what you think. You know what I mean? You need to push and nudge in here. You know what I mean? Do you guys find that? 100% BBK, yeah. Jeff Papali, g'day, mate. Big love. It's been a minute, brother. Good to see you. I hope you're well, mate. Fuck, only 3 grams. No, I had 9. Bro. That's a perfect dose then, Sarge, 3 to 4 grams, yeah. CFAS, wow, Chris, that's wild. I'd say me once and almost drowned in a puddle. Wow, Chris, that's wild. I did say me once and almost drowned in a puddle. Never again. What, red and looks like a bucket? Everything wobbles when I'm on them. Right. They are very introspective. That's it. That's the word I was looking for, Nige. The mushroom would tell you she's a beautiful, The mushroom would tell you she's beautiful. A brick, spot on. Getting dragged by horses was my worst trip. Right. It will take a couple of weeks to process it all, Sarge. It will, mate. It will, Nige. And like I said, I want to speak to Boston about a few things. Don't rush it. No. I'm really excited to just, because, some of it was great. Like when I get to the visuals, like I said, this trip gave me it all. Up until now, I thought people were hyping up the visuals and the hallucinations. I'm thinking maybe it's just, I'm not like that. Maybe I just get the blurred vision and the shimmer and the thought jungle.
Papa, don't spill it on the people's.
Oh, thanks, darling. You're the best, mate. And maybe, people hype up the visuals more, they can exaggerate things maybe. Oh, nah. I got visuals, I got hallucinations, I got the thought jungle, I got everything I wanted and more. And I really enjoyed the whole experience, even the 3 hours where I went to hell. I really enjoyed it. It was so revealing. It was so revealing of myself. And like I said, it was really beat me up about the way I am with my relationships. But I really liked knowing that. I just really liked knowing it. Some of it was horrible. Some of the selfishness that you learn about yourself is horrible. And dealing with that, Oh, and I don't know about you guys, I mean, it takes a bit, for me, but fucking, it made me cry. And sometimes I'll be there looking out the window and I'll be thinking about this thought process. Hang on, fucking Norton's just come up. Fuck off. No, thanks. Fuck off. Don't show me again. And you can fuck off too. Fuck off. Sorry, Norton. Where was I? Fucking Norton. I'll get back to the comments. I'll get back to it. It'll take you a couple of weeks. Yeah, don't rush it. Yeah. They will even tell you when your house is dude, that's no lie, BBK. Like, I'll get into it. Like, clean that, you dirty cunt. Follow the yellow brick road, Ash said. Very good rundown, Sarge. You're explaining very well. Cheers, Aussie Rick. I'm trying to do my best. And obviously, words can't explain a lot of stuff as well. You know, had fun. Had my fun on shrooms. I'm done with them for now. Yeah, right. Yep. No, I can understand that, banana farmer. Sounds like you need it, bro. Good reset. And what is most important to you? Yeah, BBK. I'm about due for some. Yeah, man. Do it. You know, like if you want a real good, like, mental check on yourself, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's very introspective and it's very truth telling. You're not going to lie to yourself on mushrooms on a large dose of South Australian subs. Anyway, you're not gonna fucking lie to yourself. I can tell you that. And if you do, if you try to lie to yourself, it's gonna fucking smash you because you need to be smashing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You spot on, bro. I'll tell you what you need to do. Yeah. If you have a heroic dose like you, yeah, bro. Anything over 3 million will be melting and incapable. They can't, bro. I might tell let's want to go live. So I'd make your trip. They bring everything into the foreground, mate. You set the intentions to get something out of the experience and they show you what you needed. Bro, see this? Well said. Well, post that comment. They bring everything into the foreground, mate. You set the intentions to get something out of the experience. They show you what you need. Fucking, that's well summed up. Well summed up. Yeah, they do. I was amazed how much visuals and the colours. That's good. I'm glad you took 9. Thanks, Taff. Yeah, I've got to clean before I do those BBK and spend half time partying, bro. If you want visuals. Benny Ben, g'day, mate. If you want visuals, smoke thems with it. Oh, no, bro. I think that'd be a bit too much for me. It'd be just too much going on. Hardcore in the middle of that 9 grow. Like Boston Seeds told me his mate took an ounce, I believe. It was an ounce or half ounce seeds. And when he was peaking, he started hitting the DMT. I mean, that's a man that's confident in himself. That's a man who knows himself and is comfortable with every fucking truth there is about him. You know what I mean? Like people that now, I really appreciate people that take a lot of big doses because they're starting to become philosophical. It's gone past the truth and knowing this about yourself and this and you thought you were that and a little ego death. It's beyond that. Once you take multiple large doses, I think, in my opinion, I've seen how this is going for me, is it starts to turn philosophical and how you can start to change the world, make the world a better place. Because I started having that towards, once I'd come to terms with all the little truths I was getting about what I wanted to know about myself and it decided to teach me about my relationships, it started to get philosophical on me. You know, I started to thinking about Greek philosophy and I was thinking about my own philosophy in life and what's important, you know, and how money sucks and we all say it's the root to all evil, but yet unfortunately it's something we all need just to live in the world and to have a good life. You still need money no matter how much you say fuck money, you know what I mean? And all these one experience. I need a cup of fucking hell, can't. No, you just made me one. Yeah, fucking. I mean, Steve, when you get round to it, I'm happy to send you some coin, but can I get some more? Baby, you're the best. I mean, I've got to come down there and pick it myself. That's the next thing I need to do to take it to the next level, is to pick these mushrooms myself and have a bite here and there while I'm fucking picking them. Oh, my God, that sounds heavenly. Picking mushrooms, those subs, and just having a bite of a fresh one. Maybe have a lemon in my pocket with a bit of fucking icing sugar, bit of a squeeze, bit of sugar, bit of Okay. Yeah. It's hard to cry on big doses, to be honest, especially when you're deep in the mental jungle. That's heading right there. Methylated spirits and carbon, drink it while it's fizzing. Maybe you was just crying. I love the mushroom. She's done her work to another. Oh, mate, Good to see it firsthand. She's beautiful medicine. I'll send you a package in a few days, bro. Should be flying home Tuesday. Not to be fucked with. Yes.
Is that Cedar?
Yeah, it is. He's been there in the chat the whole time. Oh, man, I'm so glad you're coming home. You're flying home Tuesday, mate. And I know you want to have your own
Text me.
Your own reset, mate. You said you're going to have a half ounce and lay in a nice dark place, listen to some music, and get philosophical with yourself, bro. Fuck, appreciate that. Totally appreciate that. Totally appreciate that. It makes you feel not smarter, but just more in tune with people and everything, not just yourself, with people, with life. It sort of helps you read the room even better. I thought I was good at reading the room, but it's just showed me little things that I can work on to read the room better, you know. All right, let me have a Billy. Whew. I'm enjoying this. Hey, Sarah. Fucking daughter's still in the bloody shower.
I can make this bigger. I make this bigger. What do you make enough I can?
But I think it's nothing to be feared. I think the people that don't want to do mushrooms because they're like, nah, it's not for me. I don't want to do psychedelics. And I think the real reason is they're scared that something's going to go bad because they've heard of somebody having a bad time or a bad trip or a bad interest, or they've seen somebody. But it's not. I mean, you can start up smaller and you can get to that. You can let the thought jungle come on. And I think it's really good for everyone to try a dose of mushrooms sometime in their life, preferably when you've experienced a bit more life. I think having a large dose as a young person, like my young fella, he's full philosophical. Because he's 23, he's a full Christian, you know, he's a full declared self-Christian. He reads his Bible and he just got a new tattoo on his stomach, Christ is King, and he's got scripture and, you know, not influenced by me or anyone else. He's completely researched it and done it himself. He thinks he haven't, you know, he took 3 grams, and because he's got no regrets, he's lived a pretty straight 180 life, you know what I mean? We gave him a good life. He's, the mother and father present and everything, blah, 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 blah. So when you hear him about his experience, he's just full philosophical about how he can be a more mature man in the world. So he's not no ego deaths. He's not no regrets. He's not looking at, you know, he's looking at like how he can be a better, you know, make the world better. Like this full, my young, he's 23 and the shit. He was thinking like, he got up this morning and took another 3. He took another 9 grams this morning and he's been in his room the last fucking 4 hours. But my young fella's really into it. Like he loves the thought jungle. He says he loves navigating the thought jungle through the philosophical route, which is crazy to me. I mean, I think that's fantastic. You get it. No, mate, I get it. I get it. It's like before you forget goggles and you can see the world in a different way. That's another great bang. What BBK said there. That's another great analogy. It's another great fucking summing up mushrooms, man. Absolutely. It lasts so long. Mate, I was surprised. I was expecting 4 hours. I'll be done. 3.5 hours, 4 hours, you know. I weigh 110 kilos now. You know, I lost a few kilos, so I'm thinking, you know, maybe fucking, you know, I'm a big boy. 4 hours. So I'm not going to tell you how long until the end. But you know, I didn't go live at 7 yesterday. Hint, hint. He laughed along. There he is. CJ, how are you, brother? I'm just going through. I'm just summing up my my spiritual awakening, my truth, the truth telling, the medicine mushroom. 12 hours or something. Hey, all. Did you try smoke on it? Did you give something different looking to cab? Did it give you some different looking to cannabis? No, it didn't, Taff. And I smoked. It took me about 5 hours before I could have a billy. And I had a billy. And it didn't affect my thought process. It didn't affect the high. When I say high, you're not really like, it wasn't really euphoric. It's like your body's in this different state. You're vibrating. You're, for me, the more you deny the truth, the more your body vibrates, and it's like making you confront it. It was like my body was going, no, cunt. You're not gonna distract yourself from this truth. The mushroom is not letting you. You need to know this about you, or you need to know this about the world, or you need to know this about your son or your dad. about your house. You need to know these, cunt. And it was AI Gen X from Murray Bridge, South Australia, mate. I'm talking about South Australian subs. I took 9 grams yesterday, and I'm just explaining my trip, mate. Welcome. So, what a fucking lovely experience. And it was super intense. Sometimes through it, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. And then, 20 minutes later, I'm like, I need to take more. I need to do this every day. Stop. You shouldn't be running. When I was going down the deep, when I was kicking myself in the balls. When I was kicking myself, you this, you shit cunt, you fucking looking, you're stabbing yourself, all this craziness. And then you sort of retract. You retract out and go, hey. The mushroom's like, no. My thought was like, no, I can. It's like this, like you're having a full conversation, but you're not. It's like you're having a conversation with somebody. It's like you're having a conversation with somebody, but they're not present, and you're not really hearing their voices, but you're seeing this. You're not seeing the thoughts either, but you're having this like it's like you're receiving this information, and you're not talking back even with your thoughts. You're not going, no, I don't want to. It's like it's demonstrating to you in your mind, look, and then you wrestle with this particular thought process, and that's where the wrestle starts. You're this, you're shit, the ego, and then it goes, but hey, there's a way through this. You know what I mean? Stop looking at the darkness. Stop looking at that, because you're not going to get yourself anywhere. You're already self-aware of that. Stop going asking more negative questions about that. Stop asking that. And now see that little tiny lid, that, like I said, that W road, that one in the middle. How can this help me? And then once you start that, mushrooms gives you a little, okay, now you've dealt with that, I'm going to give you a little reward, to show you how you can fix that, or how you are doing better at something here. And then you get this a nice visual, like the red started to be nice, because at first it was angry because I was having a horrible feelings. The red tint was horrible, but now the red was more of a pink, more of a bright, because the mushroom was like, yeah, you faced that. I'm happy with how it's like it's under the universe's spell. It's like, no, I'm okay, you dealt with that, right? And you don't have to kick yourself any balls. You can if you want. You can go down there and get deeper, but it's the hole's already dark. You don't need to get any darker. It's already dark. Come back. How can we make ourselves better? How can we learn? How can we love ourselves more? How can we love ourselves more and accept that flaw? That's what I was having those exceptions. Instead of going bam, 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 and going, oh, dude, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, and then getting into the paranoid and, oh, is this going to be a bad trip? And then sitting and then going, hey, you're on mushrooms. This is what you wanted. Listen again. Understand. Don't be scared. Okay? Look through it. Okay, look through. Where's the light? Dang, there's that light. Oh, okay, okay, it's not so bad. Oh, it is bad. But that's me. And I'm not going to hurt anybody. It's just hurting me. So I'm going to accept that. I'm going to love myself for that. I'm going to accept that now. I don't have to deal with that. Thanks for that. I learned that about myself. It puts shivers down my spine, but I can accept it. And let's go more. Then it was fun. Like I said, my mood got pink. The visuals, like I said, I was seeing 4 fans, 3 couches. Everything was forwards. I couldn't quite focus. If I did, I had to, like, if I wanted to look at something seriously, if my mail was, and I had to sort of bring myself out. I had to bring myself out of it for a second. I'd have to have one eye. It was really hard on my vision. I think you're scared to eat them. It's way worse. Pussy. Yes, I fucking hate this. Then an hour later, you think you should always be in this Like, you think you should always be in this state. I don't think it'd be safe for someone with heart conditions like myself, though, hey? Look, CJ, I had this discussion with my family at the end of it. I said, I don't think mushrooms could hurt you medically. I don't think you, when I say medically, I'm not including somebody that takes mushrooms hates something about themselves. They just reveal the truth, think they can fly and jump off a bridge. That's not because of the mushrooms. That's because that person was having a crisis within the truth-telling story part of the medicine. What I'm talking about is I don't think mushrooms can stop your heart. I don't think they can give you a stroke. The whole time, even when I was really in a dark place in the mushrooms and in a high place, my heart rate never went up or down. My blood pressure never went up or down. You know, even though it might have been dark and scary in my head, it never translated to a physical response of panic attack. It was more guilt and like you can do better, disappointment like that, rather than a physical response like I could imagine stimulants would have, you know, or like synthetic weed. It's not like that, in my opinion, and from what a little bit I've experienced. But having said that, I'm not a fucking dude that really, or anyone that can really comment on whether mushrooms can medically hurt you or not either. But from my experience, and you say, can mushrooms kill you? I don't think they can. I think even if you die, it's just going to be a real big truthful telling process. It's just going to be a big dose of medicine, and it's going to be a thought jungle you're going to have to navigate whether you like it or not. That's it. I don't think a big amount of mushrooms, like, you know, like a heroin, you take too much heroin, you can stop your heart and stop your breathing, you know what I mean? You take too much meth, I don't know, you can have a heart attack, I suppose, because you can have so much, I suppose, till your heart's beating out of your chest. With mushrooms, I don't think it affects you like that. It's more of a mental state, and the mental state for me doesn't translate to a physical state of panic. You may be panicking in your head, but it didn't translate into a physical response where it felt like my body was getting overloaded with a flight, fight, or, you know, freeze response. In my opinion. Yep, no, puts the fear into your brain unnecessarily. But I remember the time chopping up in the bush, there was a car we couldn't see, and the shine was up in the headlights. I jokingly said, "Run for your lives." My girlfriend, my mum, and my brother freaked out, started running. I sat there cracking up laughing as they wigged out. Much love, brother. Hey, Spud, how are you, bro? Ripping positively by them. Would you go bigger? Yes. Yes. But this time, let me talk at the end. If you want to hang about and hear the end of it, I'll talk about what I want to do, what I think I feel like I want to step it up or do, or step it down, do whatever. Just don't hike up a mountain on mushrooms with a bad heart. Yeah, no. And again, that's not the mushrooms. That'll be you having a bad heart and the physical exertion of walking up a mountain, I think. But I don't think you can take a large amount of mushrooms and go and have a heart attack or, have a stroke. But I think people can have mushrooms and then do something stupid because the mushrooms have scared them in their mental state. But I'm not going to blame that on the shrooms. I'm going to blame that, unfortunately, on the person not being able to deal with whatever they're dealing with at that time. So that it can probably hurt you in that way. But as far as can mushrooms kill you, you know, like hurt your heart, I don't think they can from what I've experienced. I had a massive dose yesterday and, you know, it didn't affect me. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel palpitations or any craziness like that, even though I was tranked and I was having hard visuals and that. It didn't translate physical. Okay. Thanks for wondering about it. But still, though, tread with caution. How many can you take before you drop? I don't know. Well, I mean, 9 grams. But like I said, if I had to and I had to do something, I could have pushed through it. But the cants were overtaking my I want to's at that time. You know what I mean? And I was letting that. I was happy with that. I was letting that happen because the thought jungle was coming. I call it the thought jungle because you're in the jungle, bro. One thought, next thought. Oh, don't like that thought. Like that. And then you go over here, but then that thought back over here, and you thought, I missed that vine. Nah, the mushroom says, no, you can think about all this all you want, but here it is again. You need to deal with it and think about it. If you know what I mean, if you don't, it's just going to be nasty for you because you're just going to keep having this, like I call it, like the camera. You're trying to look out, but the camera keeps turning back in on itself, going the spotlight with the detective. You fucking got to sort it out, cunt. You know, I'm joking around. It's not like that, but I'm trying to give you the the layman's terms. The LD50 lethal dose, 50% of population, 50 megagrams per kilo body mass, 9 grams of shrooms is probably 12 milligrams of psilocybin. For 100 kilos, you'd 500 grams. Oh, okay, so there is an amount. There you go, 500 fucking grams. You wouldn't physically be able to eat that. I'd like to see. Holy dooly, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. So, Cuppa, another Billy. I appreciate you hanging with me for tonight and talking about this, but if you've got to go or whatever, and you got, it's Saturday night, I know other people got things on, you can rewatch, I suppose. Pack a Billy real quick. Oh, yeah. Wait, so, and this is, we're 50 minutes in, an hour in. And I felt like it was like 3 or 4 hours. And I remember asking Mel, what's the time? Well, and she's like, it's 1 o'clock. And I'm like, holy fuck, it's been an hour. Just having a Billy. Yeah, Taff said, holy fuck. Get the scatters out, mate. Always good to talk about experience after a big dose. We got you, brother. About to leave for work. I'll have my headphones. I'm listening. Big love, Boston. Have a good night at work. Have a good one at work, you whore. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that in the chat because I went ahead and do emojis on the laptop.
I can't do that.
So, we're about now an hour 20 into it. And I really wanted to get up. I wanted to have more visuals. I wanted to push it. I wanted to push this. I wanted to try, okay, what if I change my environment? Can I trigger something else? I was aware enough, even though I was trained and I'm trying to navigate the thought jungle and you're trying to hold up a second. I want to try something. I want to, you know what I mean? I had to find myself, it's weird that it sounds like I was crazy, right? Because I'm trying to talk to you what was going on in my brain, right? And like I said, it's like there's somebody there, but they're not. And you don't hear a voice, but you see the thoughts, but you don't see them like you see a movie. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's like you're before God, right? I didn't feel the presence of God. So I don't exaggerate. Sarge, mate, you're doing a fantastic job articulating the experience of a high dose. I'm impressed. Oh, fucking cheers, bro. Cheers, brother. Well, it taught me. It taught me. Mushrooms taught me. It taught me a lot yesterday. That big dose taught me a fucking lot, mate. What you want compared to what you get is different. Haha, the mushroom is running your night, bro. Number one is to go with it. 100% BBK. See this, and BBK has got great advice. You can obviously tell, they've had lots of times in the thought jungle confronting truths. You can tell by the way that the statements are saying here, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Tried tripping out in the kayak. I couldn't do it because if I was tranked and I fell out, I don't think I could swim good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Or if I did, I think that would cause a panic. That would maybe cause a different type of panic. You know what I mean? And it'd be nice on the banks of a nice lake. You know what I mean? On the banks of the lake, laying on the grass, man, amongst the shadows of the trees. Fucking oath. But in a kayak, take a life jacket. Exactly. They don't call them golden teachers for nothing, bro. I never heard that term, BBK. Golden teachers. Love it. Tafta mushrooms, baby. Agree, see this. Okay.
Wow.
So I tried to break it up. I wanted to bring more. Okay, I was navigating the thought jungle, and I remember Mel's got a not a crow, a raven that she's trying to build a relationship with out the back, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to give myself a break. I'm trying to distract from the thought that I was going through.
3 months. His name's Rock.
And I'm trying to distract myself from a really deep thought process that I was going about myself with my relationship with my father. Okay. I don't have the best relationship with my dad. And I had a very introspective look on how I can be a better son and how, I can try and maybe being a better son, help my dad be a better dad. Right. There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get too personal because it might get a bit cringe for you. But I was in that headspace, right? And for me, it was a lot, right? Because he used to be my hero, and then he's not, and we had a massive falling out, and anyway, so I was getting beat up with that, right? And I wanted a break, and I was like, fuck, I need to, I've got the red taze, and now the pink's gone now because I've had that euphoric, like this little enlightenment, but now it wants me to confront this other thing about my relationship with my dad. And it was too much for me, My eyes are leaking. Like, I'm not crying, but they're just my eyes. It was like it's like an overwhelming, like still like this voice or this information that you're receiving, and it's the whole truth. There's no if buts or maybes. It's like if there was a God. I'm not Christian or anything, but if there was a God and there was the pearly gates and you're being judged, it's like when you're standing there. There's no lie, you know what I mean? It's the 100% God honest truth, if there's such a thing. That's what it's like. 100% it's the right thing, even though it's a bad thing and you're trying to say, that's not me. It's the truth. And it deep inside, it. And that's why the wrestle is until you fucking finally grab it and accept it and love yourself or hate yourself. And hate yourself, you're going to go down the hate yourself hole. And that's dark, and you can keep. How much do you want to hate yourself? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to hating yourself a little bit is the same as hating yourself a lot. You know what I mean? It's like coming first. You come first by a second. It's still, you know what I mean? You're hating yourself, and then you're going to go down the hate yourself hole, which can be, I think, for some people, what they need. If you need that, and because it's not going to let you. If you want to go down the hate yourself hole, and you're going to try and pick that jungle to find that next more positive enlightenment trip that you want to get out of there. You're going to be like that, and then that vine, that question, that enlightenment, that truth is going to come flowing back and make you confront it again. And you're going to go with the wrestle until you either try to distract again, and then bang, you're going to have to confront again. And every time you get confronter, it's more powerful. It's a more powerful presence. It's like the conduit gets thicker, and the information is more unbearable. Truth. It's like it's not unbearable like it's panic attack unbearable. It's unbearable like it's making you confront yourself, whether you're going to love yourself, hate yourself, beat yourself up, think you're a shit self, have an ego death, whether you're going to fucking do something about it, whether you can't, you know what I mean? That's the part I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm trying to distract from that process with that thought I'm having with my father. So, and I'm listening to Mel fucking she's just shut the doors. And she's keeping the dogs in, and she's put some food on the fence line because if the dogs go out and harass the raven won't come down. And I remember she said, because I got up and I was sort of walking and I was halfway between here and the fucking doors. And I was locked in because it was really hard to walk. I really had to concentrate to walk, and my right leg was sort of quivering. This is the mushrooms of like the body feeling of the vibrations and the physical, I was weak. It made me physically weak. Like if I had to fight someone, I would have been fucked. If I had to do something heroic, save someone in a car, do anything, I was so weak. But in a good week because I was strong in mind. You know what I mean? I was in a different strength. And my right leg was sort of quivering, and I'm sort of walking going, my God, this is the most intense fucking thing. It's, I'm like, and you have like a moment of clarity where you realize you're shrooming hard. You realize that you're not, your body's not working the way it is. Sometimes it was even hard for me to get coherent sentences to talk to Mel and Sarah. Just in, no, I don't need a drink, because I need a drink. I'll be going, drink. I don't know. I'm trying to mimic, if that's, and they're like, what? And I was like, and it was really hard for me to talk because the thought jungle's there going, no, come back up in here. You need to deal with this. You know what I mean? You need to deal with this. Stop deflecting. And so I get up and she's like, don't let the dogs out. I've just fed Ruck. She calls the Raven Ruck. And now the dogs are in front of me and they've like got their heads against the back door. And I've just heard Mel say, don't open the back door. But the dog, I'm looking at the dogs. And it was a second, it deflected everything. So I'm looking at my two dogs and I got their head thing because I want to go out there because Mel just throwing food along the fucking thing for the Raven. And the mushrooms go, open the door. Even though I just heard Mel say, shut it, don't open the door. And I seen the dogs, and the dogs were looking at me, and it was like the dogs were saying, open the door. Even though Mel just said not to, but them saying that made me forget about what Mel already said. And so I opened the doors, and the dogs bolted out. And I heard Mel, she was on the phone to a friend, and she goes, oh, fuck, my husband just fucking opened the fucking door. And I went, oh, and I had this big felt of, oh, I just fucking let her down. And then the mushrooms was all coming down, you weak cunt, you just let your missus down. It was like a reaction to the situation guilt. It wasn't a deep in the thought jungle truth guilt. It was a reaction to what just happened in that situation in my environment. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going out with the dogs. And when I stepped out into the concrete, it was literally like I opened the door to a whole nother universe. And I walked down to the, oh, thanks, mate. And then I walked down about 3/4 because my backyard, I've got a 6-foot fence for my dogs. Even though I've got 5 acres, I've got a dog part. So my dog keeps chasing and fucking everything. So I have to build a big, it's like a tennis court fence. I've got one of those type of cyclone fence. And I went down, it's sort of like I've got it from my corner of my house because I didn't want to have to do squares, so I just did a big triangle like that. And down the back, Mel's got like a line where she's got all her targets that she shoots at, she practices shooting her pistols with and that. Hey, Burnsy, how are you, mate? I just saw you pop in there. G'day, buddy. And I got down to there. I walked down to there, and then I turned around and I faced the house, and then I was locked in. I couldn't move. I was like in almost like the Philadelphia zombies, but I wasn't hunched over, and rocking backwards and forwards. I was almost doing the Woodridge shuffle. Cunt. Or in prison, what they call it, the circle shuffle. Doing it. I was locked in because now my body had sort of shut down there on the spot. I was standing up, and I looked down, and the grass started going woof, 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 woof. And I'm like, holy shit. And I was like, even though I was going woof, woof, I still had the clarity within my, and this is the hyper now, so we're going into 2 hours, all right? And it's going whoosh, whoosh, green, yellow, and then like I've got a white wattle at the back in the yard, and that's casting the shadow with a whoosh of black, just going green, white, black, green, white, black. Around me, and I'm like, whoa, that's intense. And it was giving me vertigo. So it was making me want to fall.
Away.
Babe.
Sorry.
It's really distracting. It gave me a vertigo, and it felt like I was doing I was sort of like jerking a little bit because I felt like I was going to keep falling over because I lost my sense of my sense of position. I lost my sense of position. Like I knew I was standing, and I'm going, this is the mushrooms, and the mushrooms is going, this is what you wanted. You want visuals, cunt? I was like, you want visuals, cunt? I'm going to give you visuals, cunt. But it wasn't saying that, but it was like this conduit was giving me that, and it was going through me down to the ground, locking me in, then coming back out, and was just shoosh, with the shadow of the trees, shoosh, shoosh. And it was making me feel a bit oozy. And then the thought jungle of my father, the relationship with my father was coming in with that fucking hard visual. And I was like, whoa, 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 I can't do too much. And this is where it started going dark. And I had to look up, and I looked past my house, over the roof of my house to the top of the driveway, and I've got, like, up the top of the driveway, there's 100-foot gum trees, big ghost gums. And they're like, in sync with the grass going, zoom, zoom, zoom. They're going, doosh, 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 doosh. And the blue, as they're going like that, the sun and the blue sky is beaming through. And my eyes are I'm just leaking. Like, it was just so overwhelming. And I felt like this overwhelming, like, clarity of life is so good. I'm so fucking lucky. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? You need to be humble. You need to never take anything for fucking granted, cunt. And I'm just like, and I'm getting all these fucking conduits of, you've got a fucking blessed life. You better not fucking, be ungrateful. And it's just smashing me with this fucking pulse of everything's just like, woof. Oof. And then I looked at the house. I looked from the trees and I looked straight at the back of my house. And my back of my house started to get like a dark cloud. And it started to sort of envelope me. Like it was like a dark creature coming around like that. And the woof, woof of the trees was sort of starting to close in as the house was coming like around me. And then I started to see my house. And then it started to beat me up about house maintenance and fucking how I'm being a shit homeowner and how people would die to be in my position and I'm fucking taking it for granted. And, bro, it was just, and then it went dark and it was sunny and blue outside and now the house is dark and it's all dark around me. And it's like coming to like a circle now. The circle of red. Of green and yellow and black is getting smaller and smaller, and my thoughts are getting darker and darker. And then I started to not panic, but then I started to get into that, the negatives. Have I done too much? Oh, no, I don't think I can handle this. Oh, no, I think I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Oh, and then me, my strong character would break through, and it's almost like Keanu Reeves in when Mr. Smith is overwhelmed him and he's like, woof, and breaks it all free. That's how I felt, but there was no physical. I was like, and then my own strength broke that darkness and the house blew back open wide and the fucking tree started in the light. And I was like, no, stop. Okay, I accept that. Okay, I understand about the house. I understand what, my downfall's there, and that's enough in that. And then bang, it started back into relationships. But this is over another hour of me locked in the backyard, and I didn't know. But my daughter's filming me through her bedroom window. And look at the film. I don't want to put it up because makes me very vulnerable. And after seeing it, I think it's a personal experience for me, and I didn't really want to send it to anybody. But holy shit. I'm like locked in my hands like this, and I'm looking down, and I'm like my head's cocked, and I'm just locked like that, sort of like rocking, like really serious, looking down with my hand like this on my face. And that's not what it felt like. I felt like I was like standing sort of side by side, and I was fighting the forces of darkness, the forces of being ungrateful, of being I'm not being humble enough. It was like the darkness of that. That's what it was like imitating, when I sort of break it back and then I have to break that out.
Sorry.
Oh, bro.
I just reset.
Let me just go back to the chatty.
I didn't know it was her. I told you I was a liability.
Yeah, that's the old head saying around here for years. Yeah, right, golden teachers. You've been teach Sarge. By what? And they hate yourself whole. Ha ha ha. Information overload. That's why days after, bro, you still be ouching the pieces. That's right, picking up the pieces. The power, the pissing down rain makes you very vulnerable. You're spot on. You probably got wood paralysis. No, when you get that. No, you'd know when you get that. I can't be around my pets when I'm tripping. They trip me. Oh, dude, that's really crazy. Sergeant Chat, how are we all? I'm good, Burnsy. Nearly ran over a carpet snake earlier. I picked it up. I am good, thanks. Yeah, I bet you had no sleep at all. No, bro, I had the best sleep last night. Yeah, brother, frack, that's overwhelming. It was. Did you get the feeling you were being watched and your back was exposed, needed to lean on the wall or sit down? I didn't get the feeling I was being watched, but I felt vulnerable. I just felt super vulnerable. I'm weak, but strong in my mind, strong in the jungle. I'm in the jungle and I'm navigating the questions and the fucking darkness and the light, trying to find little glimpses of light, then back into the darkness and the questions and the truth. And then I don't like that one, but then you find this path here, and then bang, that truth is there again, and you don't want, and then it's there again. So, but I had the feeling like I needed to sit down because I felt like I was too weak to stand, but my body managed to maintain that position. So the whole time I'm quivering, going, I'm about to fall over. I feel weak, but I never did fall over. You know what I mean? Even though I felt like I was on the verge the whole time. So I think that's still just part of the mushroom effect in the physical part, the part of your body. You know, while your mind's so overloaded with thought process, I think there's not enough energy left over to do some big things. What are you calling it? Woodlocked or something? I just saw then. Did you say woodlocked? You were probably wood paralyzed. What's that mean? Can the mushrooms do that? How good was The Matrix? The one that wrote that movie knew some things, eh? Yeah. Psh. Brother Sarge, that's when you call on Jesus Christ. He helped me in a bad spot on a trip, mate. Yeah, well, see, I never felt like I needed to do that. I felt like I had the answers myself. I felt like I just had to man up and accept it and love myself more and stop being so critical as well. Like, as bad as I was doing that, I was also saying, you know, be nice to yourself, mate. Love yourself. It's okay that you have that, you know, accept it for what it is. You know, and it's just a flaw. You're gonna have to. It's like it's part of you. Don't hate it. Don't just accept it. You don't even have to love it, but love you. You know what I mean? I keep getting that message out of a bad thing. So it's like once you face the truth or you see enlightenment, it's like it rewards you too. It's like and it sort of massages you, makes you feel good about yourself, and then goes right. Next. No, not too much. Okay, you can have a little deflection. Next. Brother side, yeah, extremely surreal. Cheers, Chris, for explaining it very clear and easy to follow. Cheers, mate. I'm just telling you my experience as it went because I was really aware of it too. I was really aware of everything. I was, like I said, as though you're blinded and you're incapacitated, and I feel vulnerable, and I'm having this conduit to some sort of truth-telling thing or aura or spiritual or spirit angel. I don't fucking know. But at the same time, in the background, I still know I'm aware enough that I'm on shrooms and I'm fucking trying to be a better person. You know what I mean? Like, I could break it down enough in the middle of being all that contortion and thought process and still go and break it and go, it's okay. And then enjoy it, and then gentle myself back into the jungle again. You know, it's like you pull yourself out of the jungle for a second. You get a glimpse of you get to breathe like a helipad. It's like a helipad in the jungle. You come into this open space for a second. Okay, get a bit of visual going again. Get that good vibe feeling. Okay, it's really, my body's vibrating. My right knee's a bit weak, but okay, that's the mushrooms making me feel like that. And then back into the dark jungle again, into the thought jungle. And there were the pets, and my pets were coming up to me. They could tell something was different with me. They were acting different. And when I'd look at them, I would get guilt that I'm not treating my pets well enough, that I need to walk them more, that they need to have a better life, that I'm not doing enough as a pet owner. And sometimes you go, well, fuck mushrooms. Like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to fucking put them in pet motels and take them to Rainbow Beach every day and give them a fishing reel? And you know what I mean? So I'm having this like, fuck me, bro. Like, they sleep on the couch. They eat better than we do. I take them on walks. Like, I'm like, what do you mean be better? And so I would fight back with it too. Yeah, bro, the pet guilt. Oh, bro, it was so bad. But I was fighting it back though because I'm like, no, I'm doing okay, and it's like, no, you can do better. Especially that you don't work, you can find more time to make sure your pet has a better life because you're blessed to have a good life. Fucking make sure they do. It was like, and I was like, nah, I want to go back here. No, you come back to the pets, cunt. And now I want to talk about Apache because she got sore hips. This is what you're going to do about her hips, cunt. And boom, you're going to go back to getting her onto the CBD again. You're going to take her to massages. You're going to give her water therapy. You're going to fucking build a little small dam in your backyard with your fucking shovel if you have to. You don't need an excavator. And start giving her water therapy so she can have better quality of life. Boom. About my dogs. And then I was like, oh, it was beating me up because I'd be like, no, how much do I am a good pet owner? And then you just sort of felt like defeated. And then it will show you a glimpse because my pets would come up and like, it's like they were reassuring, like it's new. I was thinking about them and they'd lick me and Precious would come up and lick me a hand and then I'd be like, I've got a good life, like it's okay. And the mushrooms was like letting up on me going, it's okay, you're doing good, but fucking you can do better. You know what I mean? But for that whole half an hour, you're just wrestling about this whole thing about my dogs. But it was good too. It was really revealing, but it's like good too because you go on at the end of it, like I'd take the positive out of it and go, well, no, I can make better. And if I don't, I'm being a weak cunt because I know the mushroom showed me how to do it. And I can be a weak cunt, and then I'm choosing not to do that when I've got the time, I've got the capability, I've got the will, I've got the fucking physical health. Fucking do it. You know what I mean? And then take some more mushrooms and enlighten yourself again when you can better yourself. Because if it's better me with my relationships and wants me to... But the guilt about with my pets, fuck. Like I wasn't expecting like that with my house. And the maintenance on my house, and it was drilling me there. Oh, bro. Made me feel so fucking shit. But it was good, though, because I needed it. And it showed me all the things that were wrong with my house that I was either in denial or neglecting. Bro, it was, what a fucking great experience, lads. I can't. Fearing the thought filtered out the procrastination. Yeah, golden teachers, bro, right there. Classic. You're good, dad, mate. I can be better. I can be better, brother. I mean, we can all be better, right? It's just the mushroom showed me how I could be better personally. You know what I mean? It's easy to say we could all be better and then don't really know what you can be better at. Take some mushrooms and it'll show you exactly how to do it. That's crazy insight into the truth. It is, mate. They're depending on you, Chris. That's good. That's right. And like I said, and then the dog would come and lick me in the middle of all that, and it was like, and it was the dog saying, "It's okay, we're having a good life. Just ease up on yourself. Don't beat yourself up too much. You fucking do good by us." It's like, and then I was like, "No, don't give yourself an out. Don't give yourself an out here. That's weak cunt move." And then I'd tussle for that with that little ego, But it was good. Because it's good fun too, because you're learning more about yourself as you do it, and you're learning to succumb to not the ego, you're learning to succumb to the truth and accept it more. As you go through that thought jungle and those hard ones are right there, and you're trying to deflect, but the conduit's getting bigger and making you face it. It's also in the background, as scary as it is, it's a really rewarding feeling if you can feel the whole motion or the whole process that's going on in that particular time, not just the bad, not just the good, but all of it. And in the background, the mushroom's sort of giving you it's giving you a help up. It's not all bad. It's saying, this is what you need. It's okay. You'll be right. Just deal with it. But you're going to have to deal with it. Whether you go down the dark hole, we'll be right here to bring you back. So you do have to have, you do have to have some mental strength about yourself. But like if you're in a lot of denial and you think you're better than you are and all this stuff, and it's really going to be enlightening, and you can see how can I be overwhelming and scary, and people will never want to do that because they're looking into the deep, darkest secrets of themselves, and some people just can't deal with that, and that's unfortunate. I feel sorry for those people. Not sorry. I wish I wish they could find peace. That's the effect that happens to 90% of people, bro. You're spot on with the experience. Good to see firsthand. Cheers, man. Part of therapy is the environment. A trip, you can change the environment with leaving. Take a trip without going anywhere. That's right. And like I said, through it, I was freaking out too and going, I'm never doing this again. This is too much. I bit off way too much than I can chew. I'm gobbling off. I shouldn't have done. And then it's like, no, you can't. This is what you needed. You'll be right. And the reassurance would come through. And it was all myself. I didn't need somebody to reassure me or anything. It was all, myself. And you just sort of click, and go, no, hang on. Stop beating yourself up, so. And then my vision went. That was it. So at the back, I started, like I said, I was hallucinating with the trees and the thing in my house engorging around me. So I was having full visuals there. It was hallucinations because it was like things were happening that weren't there, and I was aware of it. And then I had the visuals of distortion too, of what's there, really there, and was being completely distorted in all different ways and shapes and angles and beautiful colors and things that words can't describe. But the visuals, I had hallucinations, I had the visuals, and then I had the mental dance and the truth bombs and the realization and the acceptance and the self-love and self-hate and coming to terms with both and understanding what self-hate really is and, why hate yourself and keep beating yourself up when hating yourself once is enough. Just, try to be easy on yourself and love yourself. Oh, dude, it was so awesome, man. It was so awesome. Let's do the dance of the flaming assholes. Yeah, so that was about, I was out in the backyard for about an hour or so, locked in, an hour and a half, locked in. And then I came inside and I went into a really deep thought process. And this is probably, I won't go into too much here because this is really personal as how I am as a father. And that was really confronting. That was really confronting. And I came back in here and I was locked in again here where I felt like I couldn't move and everything around me was, like still the blur. Like I couldn't focus on anything unless I shut one eye. And then it was enough for me to make out reality. But I'm telling you, no matter how hard I tried to shake it and grab a grip of the mushroom experience, I could not shake the visual of blurry vision of everything was four. So like, if I'm holding this cup, there's 4 cups, there's 4 laptop screens, there's 4, and then there's 4 carpets. You know what I mean? There's 4 of everything. There's 4 walls. There's 4 of that wall. And I've lost my depth perception. I couldn't, when Mel was talking, she blended in because there's 4 of her blended in with the 4 walls, with the 4, I've got, the thing that you hang your clothes on, with the 4 couches, with the 4 floors, with the 4 roofs. And it's just, what the fuck? And I couldn't shake it. I couldn't, no matter how much I'd breathe and go, right, and open my eyes and get it straight, it wouldn't shake that fucking blurriness. And then that happened for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I went to bed at 11:45, and it was like I still had like I'd just taken a gram. 12 fucking hours, man. 12 hours. And the bodiness, I got up about 7 to have a shower because the thought jungle started coming less. It was like that 5 hours was really intense on the truth, on the learning, on the self-improvement, on the self-love, on the self-hate, self-reflection, introspective look. And then it started going philosophy. It started going, how can I use my YouTube platform to make people better? How can I stop the hate? How can we bring people together more? And when we bring people together more, make them stay together so that, we don't keep having these where people blow up and then it turns toxic and then we got to take sides, or people start judging you because you're looking at this content and, this cunt's a dickhead. And I started thinking, how can I bring the mushroom experience? How can I make that better And I started going philosophy. You know, it wasn't about me or my relationships anymore. It was about how my relationships with external people, with my social media platform, the only one I have, this YouTube. And then, you know, it started making, you know, like, you know, what can I do to help Jack? What can I do to help J Mate? What can I do to help, you know, these younger fellas? Because I know there's a big riff in our community. I know I'm not going to go into it. There's a lot of people might know, some people might know. It's not a big thing. But, you know, I remember when I first started out to do this, I wanted to help young men grow. I wanted to try and steer them away from the life of crime or the life of drugs. When I say drugs, you know, to me, weed and mushrooms isn't drugs to me. It's medicine. It's herbs. It's, you know, when I'm talking drugs, and I'm not judgmental either, by all means, you know what I mean? I'm not, who the fuck am I to judge anybody for any of their experiences? I went to war and done fucking all sorts of evil shit. Like, I'm not judging anyone for being a meth or a heroin addict or whatever, where they are today with it. It's not up to me. Hopefully they can find peace for themselves and love themselves through it. But, I just thought, you know, like, how can we do that? And I was trying to get really philosophical with it. So then I was locked in a different way, and it was just blurred vision. And the blurred vision was, I suppose, a blessing in disguise, because I couldn't focus on anything else now. But now all my philosophy thoughts of without being arrogant, without me standing on my horse saying, I'm a fucking good person, you need to be like this. Without the arrogance, without the ego, without the fucking, how can I just really be a real person and just help people? Even though all these people hate this person because they think he's this and that. But like, I still want to help. I still want to help people. You know what I mean? I think, you know, sometimes some things can be reversed if you speak it out and talk it out and understand what you're going through at a particular time. Anyway, so this was what I was having for the last 5 or 6 hours. Was this? I was looking retrospective with my relationships with young men. How bad does that sound? You know, we're talking to young, you know, you blokes on the YouTube and people that, you know, message me and ask for advice, you know, and I thought, how can I be better at that? How can I be better at making people maybe forgive first before they attack, or understand first before they judge? Yeah, so then I had a mad ride with that. And that was up and down, you know what I mean? Because then I was being, you're an arrogant. Who are you to fucking try and change somebody? You know what I mean? Who the fuck are you to fucking get on YouTube and try and fucking say this and that? You know what I mean? And I was dealing with my own ego there as well, like just trying to I just want to be trying to help people, you know, for the good. But anyway, so that's our what's this here? It's one of those heat bags. I fucked my neck earlier today stretching. I put it down my back, and Mel's just heating these up, putting them on my back, and just helping out. So you know, and then that was it. The blurry vision lasted fucking hours, man, till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And the quivering in my legs, when I walked, the quivering in my legs, my body was still vibrating hard. So the physical effects of the mushrooms are still intense. The thought jungle was like less and less. It was more now, like I said, philosophical, you know, looking at how I can help people out better, you know, without having something in it for me, without an ego in it. And then, you know what I mean? And what I can do to make my YouTube better, like getting better cameras, better sound, and just stuff like that to make a better experience for people to try and get, maybe I can influence some sort of self-help that way. So it was really good. It was really, like, the last of it was really good. And so the intensity was coming off, but the physical feeling of the presence of the mushrooms was still huge. I mean, it was like a good gram or 2 grams at 10 o'clock at night, 10 hours later. But because I've been so used to the intensity of it, it was nothing now, but it was still big, you know what I mean? For somebody just take a gram or 2, it would have been full on, you know, like that feeling. The lock was coming less and less, so I could move a lot more now when I wanted to. Yeah, and then I was just feeling, you know, just like, how can I help people? Like, how can I get what I've learned and make it easy for another young man to learn without having to go through the hurt and the hard, and just get the lesson rather than learning the, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it was really, really good in that way, mate. Yeah, so what else? Well, I mean, have you got any questions? Did I do all right? I mean, there's still so much more that happened. I'm just trying to do a timeline of it all. And then I ended up pulling up. I think I took some Seroquel that just like, because I was like 11 o'clock. I was still like, fuck me. And now I was really, really, really exhausted. Like I'd done a fucking pack march, or like not fighting, but wrestling. It felt like I've been wrestling. Like holy shit. Like I've been beat to fuck, you know? And I took a bit of Seroquel just to try and just calm it down a bit. And I went to bed about 11:30. Fell asleep really quickly. Woke up this morning about 7:30. Feeling $1,000,000. So, I mean, there's a lot more there I could go right deep into, but it's more my own spiritual. And then I would just be, you know, embarrassing myself with the flaws that I found in myself. I suppose not embarrassment. It's the truth, but some things you can keep to yourself, right? And, yeah, your mind had a 12-hour punch on with itself. That's why you, bro, that's exactly right. Exactly right, mate. It was great. It was fucking great. You know, like as far as like 3 hours, it was like really hard and dark. But you know, when I come out, you like I said, the mushrooms would always, if you faced it and dealt with what it wanted you to deal with it, that because it will just keep pushing you, and you can prolong it and make it hard. Once you come to terms and accept that conduit of love and insight and enlightenment, it rewards you. It gives you a pat on the back, and everything goes, oh, like an aura comes out. Like I said, it would get me out of my body lock, and I could move around, and then I'd go bang and get locked into this other fucking thing for an hour. But I definitely got that paralysis thing. It was because it was hard for me. You know, I would be locked in, and I didn't realize until they showed me the video when I was at the back, and I was like this sort of, when I thought I was like doing this, but I was like, I was a completely different physical state. And I was only wearing jocks too, so I looked very vulnerable, you know what I mean? My body was contorted, and that's why I didn't show the videos anymore, because I was like wandering fucking jocks, mate. Yeah, got any Billy? So I do. I need a Billy. Nana. Yep. BBK. Hey, this is what I do have. I mean, I joked with myself. I said, because I got DMT here, so I've got a heap of DMT. But I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do, maybe, you know what I mean? I can work up to it. I have like 9-10 grams, and then 3 hours into it, bang, a little punch of whoop. It'd be like, it's like putting a turbocharge on or a supercharge on the mushroom, you know, for 15-20 minutes. But I think it would have been too much for me. I mean, it might have been too much for me to pull myself out of the guilt, out of the hate yourself hole. It would have been too hard to pull yourself out of that for that 15 minutes. I think, I don't know. But I'll definitely get there. I mean, it's definitely in the cards. I definitely want to do like a ½ ounce now in the dark. Maybe not the dark, because I don't want the silence, but I don't want music to influence anything either. I like nature. I like the wind blowing through the leaves. That's what I really liked about it. I like going at the back and just hearing that shh, you know, fucking sounds like wind's blowing, you know. DMT's eye opening. Yeah, but yeah, no, like I said, I've got a bunch of DMT there. I like to smell it because it's like it's fucking putrid, eh? It smells like mothballs to me when I was a kid growing up. Oh, it's potent stuff, eh? Take a hit right now, funnies? Nah. No. Boost it with a Billy, mate. Yeah, it's like the afterlife. I mean, it makes you feel like, where's this conduit of truth and revelation coming from? Where the fuck is it coming from? Like, it makes you think there's something out there that's beyond us. That could be something after death. Because I always thought, I'm an advocate of it's lights out, it's lights out. I'm not like, there's no pearly gates going to heaven. It's worm feed, cunt. And you know why I don't give a fuck? Is because you're not even going to know about it, bro. You don't know when you're asleep. You don't know when you're dead. You know what I mean? And I come to terms in Afghanistan with my death, bro. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I come to terms with all that. So, you know, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that. Fuck. It's like, yeah, shit is crazy. So, what do you think about that? I mean, I tried to do the best I could to describe it. Like I said, sometimes words just don't describe. I was trying to do the best, but that's sort of how it went. And for people that do it, that's what I think you're going to be faced with. You're going to be faced with this conduit of truth, this conduit of enlightenment, this conduit of insight, and it's going to make you wrestle with it, whether And the conduit is all going to be about. It could be your shortfalls, it could be your guilt, it could be it could be anything, and then how you deal with it in that time. The mushrooms is going to either push you down the hate yourself hole, but unfortunately, I don't think the mushroom will pull yourself that easily. You're going to have to pull yourself out of that. You've got to have that maturity to go, okay, how much do I want to hate myself? I can hate myself a little bit or a lot. It doesn't matter. It's the same. It's hate. Nah, and then go down, oh, okay. And then you sort of accept it. Like I said, I've said it 100 times now. I'm repeating myself, I know. But like I found those three options were the options. And I could pull myself in and out of those streets, if you like, or in and out of that thought process, I've been on the other side. No doubt, Jeff. I understand with your experience, brother. That is what happens, Chris, but there is an afterlife. Yeah, well, I never know. I mean, I never was really, like you can say that and you've experienced it and it's so real for you, but yeah, it's not that real for me because I can't go off your experience. Even though I believe you, if I want to believe you, I still can't feel it. Mushrooms gives you this insight, like there could be something there for real, because where's this flow of this energy, like this invisible thing, entity, the universe thing? Where's it coming from, and how come it can steer you? And it's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. It definitely makes me think. Mate, great job. That was awesome. Very insightful recap. Cheers, Milky. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Dead? No, nothing there. Dead? Nah, I know. Well, that's what I used to think, bro. I saw so much death and destruction. I'm just like, that's it, bro. There's no, when you see so many dead bodies and the way they die, and you think, how can there be anything? Bloody great listen, Sarge. Cheers, Nigel. Appreciate it, bro. Twice. Yeah, no, twice, Jeff, man. There's not any pain or consciousness. I've been there, banana farmer. Right. They just had a few baby tomato seedlings pop up in the heat mat. Have DMT? Yeah, nah. Jeff, hey, mate. River Billy, amen. BBK, g'day. All right, I'm going to have a Billy. Oh, it got a bit sweaty fucking just going through some of that stuff, because as I was talking about it, I was going, I don't really want to talk about that, some of this stuff. And it was making me feel a bit uncomfortable about, because I was going back there for a second, just remember the feeling of it was, the overwhelming feeling of it was just coming in and out, fluctuating as I was telling it. But, but they went for 12 hours, so you can imagine how much shit was going on, 11 and a half hours, before I tried to put it, no, I've had enough, I've got to put this to bed, I need to go to sleep. It's still going to be days you're going to put the puzzle to, yeah, no doubt, bro. And like my son too, he keeps bouncing off me, and he took another 9 grams this morning. Even though I know it's only going to be half, because I know with mushrooms, your tolerance goes up really quickly, and you need almost like to double the amount and have the same experience the next day. But we're talking South Australian subs here, like within 20 minutes, he's like, oh, fuck, and went laid down. So, and he had the same amount as me yesterday. I'd love to get my son to come on and explain his, because he can explain it better than I can.
Yeah.
He's so good at explaining the way his mind works, philosophy, because he's so, like I said, because he's so young and he's had such a clean life. Like he said, he's not dealing with regret. He's not dealing with any hardcore guilt. He's not doing, he had the pet thing. We talked about, like he talked to me about the pet thing as well, BBK. But other than that, his is true philosophy about being a person, and philosophy about nuclear fission, and he's thinking about crazy fucking shit, man. My young fella. No, I'm proud of him, mate. I'm really proud of him. And he's like, I'm going to take another 3 in your mind, Dad. And I'm like, no, you do you, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I said, that's me for the day. So I'll go beat the shit. I need some time now before I have another dose like that, to have a couple of weeks, just to like crunch things over. When I have billies and I have a billy and I sit back and I just think about it and, how am I going to act on it now? It's that part, the mushrooms is there now, still going, when we were together, you made that deal. You made that deal. You got to come good, cunt. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Pet guilt, haha, I know. It's a real thing. Holy shit, you guys. But it's good, though, because it's good. It's showing you, and it's showing, and it's trying to make you a better person. It's trying to have your pets have a good life. So at the end of the day, it's a good thing. But, yeah, it's a real thing. Fucking real thing. Yeah, so, guys, that was it. I'll probably, talk about more, and I crunch things over with Boston, and with my young fella, and those that are close to me. When you have a big dose, it's like you're in defrag mode, even days after. Defrag, yeah. I said because in the army we debrief, I'm in debrief mode now. Yeah, I'm debriefing myself. Like after action report, I'm doing my AAR. But that's just everything I do. That's built into my DNA since I was 18. Everything I do, I after action report it. I always had to do that because that's the military way. So I apply that to my civilian life too. You know what I mean? When I do something like if I, how could I, when I'm going shopping, I AAR it in the car on the way home. How have I, that guy when I was putting the fucking shopping through the for the checkout, because when I go to Aldi's, I go to the self-checkout. When I was doing that self-checkout, there's a guy standing there with a cowboy hat and jeans, and he was about a meter from me, and I'm like, how did I let that cunt get so close to me? I'm getting slack. How did I let that guy get close to me? I didn't know he was there. And so on the home, I'm AAR and how I can move around the shopping centre more tactically and strategically. This is what goes through my mind, bro. I think that's to do with hypervigilance as well. But you know what I mean? So with my mushrooms, as soon as I woke up this morning, I started AAR in it. I started after action reporting my experience and debriefing myself. Fucking military built into me, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, defrag mode. That's right. Yeah, anyway, so that's a little insight into the way my mind works nowadays. Because I'm always thinking, like the Bondi, when that dude was running around with the knife in the Bondi shopping centre not long ago. Like I'm dreaming for that experience. I'm just like, fucking, if there's going to be an attack, please let it be in my presence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Huckleberry. I'm dreaming. This is what I want. You know how long it's been for me since I've vented? I'd love to be able to destroy a cunt, and have it righteously and justice for, so I'm always looking, bro. I'm always looking for it. I'm always looking for that cunt. I'm always looking, and it's just part of my makeup. It's just the way I move, I'm always looking for exits. I'm always looking for fucking who's wearing a belt. If I need a belt for a fucking tourniquet, it's all going through my head when I'm assessing when I'm at the shopping centre. I know it's crazy, bro, but I suppose it's the life of being a sergeant, you know what I mean? When you've got 30 men, you've got 3 corporals, and then you got 9 men under each of them, and they all under my command. You're always, mate, my decisions can kill them. You can put them in situations where they can fucking die. So you really, I don't know, it just tightens the way you think and the way you do things and the way you debrief and the way you move and the way you do things, you know what I mean? And I've seen threats and the way I've seen people move and try to kill me and us in Afghan. So for 9 months at a time, it's so burnt into you that the turning off takes years to turn off. I still don't think my mind's turned off from war. That hypervigilance of being just turned on for 9 months straight with no break. It just, and when death, every fuck up, the side effect is death. Every fuck up, every wrong move, every, you don't debrief your soldier on this. You don't fucking vet that guy or this guy's is coming in or brief this particular thing on the patrol you're about to go out on. You know what I mean? And you're thinking, the only thing you're thinking the whole time, what if have I fucking failed? It's going to get these men killed. You know, and having that eat at you all the time, it just turns you and makes you think differently, bro. I'm just trying to explain why I think like that, and that's why. Is because the consequences of a bad decision is death. People that I love and fucking would die for, you know what I mean? So it makes your brain when you're pressured under pressure like that all the time. I used to go into like a flow state when I was under full hardcore pressure and cunts were bleeding out on the ground and my decisions mattered, life or death, that cunt was going to get to a fucking hospital or back to the fucking triage or not. The more pressure and the more consequence for that to happen, my mind would come into a calm, positive flow state, and it was like it would cross all the wrong answers and the green arrow would be the way through. It would, like, I'd know this is the right decision. Like, I'd make the right decision under the hardest pressure. And after doing that for so long, it's hard to not think so that you try and have the best outcome in everything you do, even when you're moving through a shopping centre looking for threats. If that makes any sense. You've been programmed, Chris. I know, Jeff. I mean, I'm institutionalized, mate. You know, that's all I did. That's all I fucking did from 1995 to 2017. I just did that. I was just a fucking spearhead, mate. I did that. Just got better at myself at fucking being a sneaky, strategic, fucking with communications, how to exploit them, how to use them, how to use jammers, become an expert in jamming. It was good too, and it feeds your ego too because you're doing manly shit. You know, I'm just being real here. You feel like you're doing manly fucking shit as well as all the humanitarian side of it. It does feed into your ego because you're dominating people, mate. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road. Have you got the big hairy fellas in your area, Banana? I'm waiting for someone that tries to loot my chickens. I'll be ready. You have that war trauma, 9 grams of mushies is nothing to you mentally. No, that's right, BBK. And like, I've spent years with a psychiatrist, mate, meeting with him weekly. You know, I still reach out and speak to him monthly or, 6 weekly just to debrief on how I've been and how my mind's thinking. But so I think it would be different if I took mushrooms straight out without having that whole, like, having a really good psychiatrist that got me and we built a good relationship and we really tried to get through it rather than just numb me like a fucking dumb cunt. We actually worked through my fucking drama, my trauma, and made me, deal with life. So I wasn't on pharmaceuticals and numbed out like a cocksucker, I'm not saying people that take them are, it's the wrong speech, but like, for me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to feel life. I didn't want to fall into a trap of becoming a drug addict or, because of this victim mentality of being, traumatized. So I had that. I was lucky, but it could be a whole different thing if I took massive amount of mushrooms after that. Oh boy, could it. I was sort of expecting it to happen, to see what else I haven't worked through. But funny enough, I never really had any of that. I think I've worked through it and I'm come to terms with what I've done and who I am. I recommend a few more big doses. Yeah, I do too, BK. Yep. I just need a little break now, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whenever I can get them. And no, definitely. Yep. No, definitely. It wasn't all pretty, but I understand. And it's not about, like, if I want to have fun, I know now 2 or 3 grams, bro, you're going to have a blast. Throw on some big les, fuck, you're going to have a blast, you know what I mean? You're going to laugh. Maybe 1.5 grams if you want to sit around a campfire and talk shit and chuckle and that. But, you want to sit and lock into a good cartoon and have a good laugh, 3 grams or something. You really want to start learning about yourself, probably 5, 6, I don't know. 9 grams for me was... the Turks, Jeff, to break those barriers down. Yeah, BBK, yep, to break them down. Exactly right, mate. Pharma can get you through crisis, but not long term. No, I think, some medicine's really good, some medicine's really good. Like, you know, I found that the Seroquel really helps me with my nightmare that I have. You know what I mean? It really does. Just stop my mind from fucking having that nightmare. I take a Seroquel. My mind goes into neutral. I don't dream or have any nightmares, and I can sleep.
Yeah, he's done a karaoke
So,
thing some stage.
What?
I said I've never done a karaoke app, but you have.
Who are you talking to?
Seroquel.
Oh,
Who else am I going to be talking to?
I fucking have no idea. I thought you might be talking to Ash.
No.
Rookie question: why such a high dose? Because I wanted to make sure. And I saw online people were saying 7 grams is like 5 and over 5 grams is a higher dose, and they were saying 7 grams is a heroic dose. I never really went off that. I just went off because I wanted to do 7 because that was the dose everyone was saying to do. But by the way my chocolates ended up, it was either do 2, which is 6 grams, or 3, which is 9. So I did 9.
Yes, I've heard of Ellie Golding.
Jeff Town's full of migrants and backpacks and legals working on the farm, but half the farms are going broke from power cost. There's heaps of homeless here. Fucking hell, that's no good. Nuclear's where it's at. You know, you can have a piece of what is it? I don't know, whatever the nuclear fuel is, uranium or whatever it is, that big that will, you know, run a town of about 3,000 for a year. If every town just had a small nuclear reactor, it'd be really easy to look after, and it'd be really easy for maintenance. And because they're smaller, that'd be a lot easier to deal with when the dire straits emergency happens. But that's just from what I was looking about.
Yeah, I understand. Sorry, babe, I'm going. Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No good banana. $250 a week to rent a room in a share house is getting a bit out of hand. Wow. 28 grams is insanity. Pushes you to the edge on the jungle, and it's hard to find the way out. Whoa. I know. He's either done a lot, and I know his mates have done, you know. But wow, that's sort of. That could be intimidating. The edge of the jungle, and it's hard to find a way. Yeah. Need canaries processing the cheap power. We ship to Brisbane and back, pay the fuel. Yeah. I like the way you say that, Sarge, the mental jungle. It's what it was like. It's what it felt like me. I felt like I was in the jungle. And when I was in the jungle, how hard it was to move through it. And everything in the jungle was hard. And you had to deal with I can take this easy path, but that's what the enemy wants me to take. I need to take this path here that's difficult because he's not going to expect me to come this way. And that's what it was like with my fucking thought process. It could be dark like the jungle. The light's there, but it's canopy, so there's a dark environment. And it was like the jungle. You finally see through something, and then there's that, instead of a vine, it's this like enlightenment of truth, or a question, or a guilt, or a humility, or fucking a humbleness, or an ego, or you know what I mean? And that's how I come up with that, because that's what it felt like. Well, that probably sucked. I'm having the belly. I reckon half an ounce would be pretty intense, but a full ounce.
Oh shit! You reset us.
Wow.
You suck.
Maybe I'll get there. It depends. I mean, I might get to the point where I'm happy, but it also shows you there's still other things. There's lots of other things. This time it was just that. Next time it's, I don't know. But I'm willing for it. I'm ready for it. I'm willing for it. Because each time you do this too, it's learning you to accept yourself and love yourself too, which is a big part in everybody's life. It's really hard. When someone says you got to love yourself before you can love somebody else, what does that really mean, and how do you do it? How do you do it? I mean, got told that you got to love yourself more, you know, from doctors and my psychiatrists and fucking psychologists. How the fuck do you do that? When you look in the mirror and sometimes you hate what you see, how do you learn to love yourself? I'll tell you how. Take some mushrooms. Take a small amount of mushrooms. Take 4 or 5 grams, and don't hate yourself too much. but you'll learn to love yourself. I'm telling you, you'll learn to love yourself if you struggle with that and you don't understand when someone says you need to learn to love yourself. How the fuck do you learn that? I don't know how to fucking learn that. I thought I'd love myself. What the fuck does it even mean, actually? And if I can't love myself, that means I can't love someone else. And how the fuck do I love my fucking wife and my kids? Or is that fake love because I don't love myself? This is where I was going with my relationship. It's a little instinct into a bit deeper than where I was going with it. But they say India is the rainforest of the spirit. I couldn't do India. It's just too much. India is just forgiveness, acceptance, and love. Yet humility. Don't look in the mirror. I found it the easiest way. That's right, Jeff. Or you could do mushrooms, and then you can learn to look in the mirror more often and accept and love what you do see. And I think that's how you find out what the meaning of what love yourself means. Maybe I'm still on the journey of understanding what it means. Fuck, you know, like, you know, what does that mean? How do you do that? How do you love yourself? And does it mean having smoking billies and I hate myself because I'm still harming my lungs even though the weed's good for me other ways? You know what I mean? Like, am I harming myself because I drink fucking 20 cups of coffee a fucking day? You know what I mean? Like, how do you love yourself? Am I damaging myself because I'm not going to the gym enough? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you learn to love yourself? It's hard to learn that. It's easy to say to people. And then does it mean being vain? Does it mean, like, you know, people that really look in the mirror and really love themselves? You know what I mean? Like, really vain people? Like, I don't know. Do you kind of struggle with that? In the chat, do you struggle with... I know this might be a bit cringe, but no, it's for real, bro. Like, what does it mean to fucking love yourself, and how do you do it, and how do you know you're doing it? And how do you know you're doing loving yourself so that then you do love others? How do you know? How do you know you're not fooling yourself? Because you don't really understand what it means. Like, I didn't, and I don't really. I'm just like coming to terms. This is just another realization I had yesterday. I love my dogs and plants. Fucking oath, bro. I do too. If you were not how you were, so many would be dead today. That's a really nice thing to say, Charlie. Well done, Chris. Sounds like the mushrooms have really helped. Big up, Sarge. Nah, cheers, Aussie Rick, mate. I hate looking in the mirror. I know. People are wired. Some people love a tree. No, that's right. You know, and they're so lucky. If you're so wide to know yourself, you know, and you love yourself so much that you can produce love, like a tree hug, literally tree hugging. I mean, I love my marijuana plant. I love growing my mangoes. I love growing my mulberry tree. I love growing. I've got 6 passion fruit vines now. I've got a mandarin. I love that. But I don't love it like I want to, like, you know what I mean? Like I see these people that would die for a tree. And then I'm jealous. Do they really understand? Have they really mastered self-love? That the fact that they can just be like that? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Talk to myself like I would my friend. I mean, that's cool that you can do that. I can't do that either. I can't talk to myself like that. I don't know. It's funny. 100% Sarge. It's easier to hate yourself. Very difficult to, bro. It's the hardest. Come on. Let's be real. We hate ourselves more than we love ourselves. Well, fuck. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm more pezzo when I say that. Maybe it's just me dealing with my own, and more people do just naturally love them. I don't know. I just brought it up because it was a big thing in the background for me yesterday. Was self-love and what it meant, and how to know how to do it, and how to help other people to understand it and to love themselves so that they can, you know, be freed and enlightened. Yeah, exactly. Like make love to get splinters. I actually call people out on being hard on themselves simply by saying, don't talk about my friend that way. Definitely not just you. Yeah, CJ. No, it's right. It's and it's a topic that men wouldn't usually talk about too. You know what I mean? Like, I think before the mushroom experience yesterday, I mean, I can do it. I don't give a fuck about what people think, but I don't know I would talk about self-love the way I am freely now without having that experience yesterday and really understanding what it meant and how it really is a big significant part of life. It really showed me that. And I think whether you like mushrooms or not, I think that truth is undeniable, don't you think? That's undeniable. If you love yourself, then... Babe, do you want them to hear you sing? Mel, do you want them to hear you sing?
Sorry?
You want these guys to hear you sing?
I'm sorry, I'm in a karaoke app.
I'm just saying, do you want them to hear you sing?
My phone's already passing off.
Mel, can you hear us singing in the background? It's driving me crazy. So, no, it's just don't sing high. You can talk all you want.
What's a karaoke app?
Mm-hmm. It's on the karaoke app. Hey, fuck.
I'm singing too.
I know, but it's starting to get annoying.
But that's when I was singing to you, baby. I was singing to you.
Okay. Sing to me when I'm not on the laptop. Make me feel bad. No, see, they said we love your singing, Mel.
Love, love, love me like you do. Love me like you do.
Did you take... I had a lemon lime bitters here. Did you take that?
Did I do what?
Take it away.
Take what?
My lemon lime bitters away. I had a full one this year.
An hour ago you did.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I experienced. Fucking hot in here, man. I'll open up some windows.
What are you waiting for?
Getting any rain? A little tiny bit, mate. Not much. I had to go. I had to go in the Gympie to Sabi to school and get some weed. And on the way home, I got a bit of a shower on the way home between Gympie and where I live. But nothing too bad. I think it's only going to be a little bit. I mean, have you got much up near your way? Might be on the way. It's why it's humid. Oh, yeah. Plus, I've got a fucking fireplace. I've got the fire going here too, bro.
And then now.
Yeah. But, yeah, it is. It's about 13 degrees or something. Going to be like 17 degrees now. And I've got a fucking fire going. Yeah, so what do you think about that then, eh? That's what the old shrooms to do, I think, in a good dose. Now, that's the other thing I was thinking too. Okay, Billy? Okay. Can you open up the back doors, Sarah? Like, open up the glass doors? It's so fucking hot in here. Hey?
I didn't think you were going to do fire.
I did.
Mum started it.
Okay. It's only like 15 tonight, I think.
Yeah, 14 or 13, I think.
Yeah.
I did. I think that.
Oh, your gutters are overflowing, Nana. Jeez, it's pissing down. 2 hours straight. Fuck off. There's a gap in the fucking rain then because I'm not getting that. Funny you say that, Nana. I got caught out today with mine also. True. So, how's your fucking weekend been, guys? How's your Saturday? Ash's, Jack's Mrs. Ash messaged Mel about 6:37 going, "Oh, is Chris going to go live?" And I was like, yeah, I thought I'd 4 hours into it, I'll be high, I'll be able to go on live and have a bit of a laugh and a chuckle. No, I wasn't even sociable. You know, I wasn't sociable with anyone because you just locked into the, the thought club, the thought jungle, whatever you want to see it. G'day, Sarah. Big love to the Snake Pit family. How long did your journey last, bro? Well, 11:30. It felt like I'd still had it, like I'd just taken a gram, and I took it at 11:30. So 12 hours, bro. 12 solid hours. And like I said, I had to fucking take some Seroquel at 11:30, mate, just to knock it on the head because my vision was fucking fucked. It still wouldn't fuck me, I was still seeing 4 of everything, bro, for fucking hours it lasted. And I'll just do this if I wanted to, try and straighten up reality or try and walk into the doorway, into the hallway, because I would go into the door and, like I'm saying, there's 4 doors, 4 baths, 4 toilets, 4 everything. But it's all sort of blurry. It's just you just can't focus on nothing. So I was sort of like walking into the kitchen like that and walking into doors, but it was cool though. It was don't get me wrong, that wasn't bad. It was all the mushies. It was part of all the mushies, but I didn't realise how how intense it was going to get. Nothing like LSD. Not even the same. Not in the same game. Not even the same game. I've had plenty of LSD to try and have that. LSD doesn't do that. LSD's never done that for me. LSD is a psychedelic that you can probably party on. That's more of a party. You sort of sit by the campfire and tell stories and have a laugh. You take a tab or two of LSD, but you want some self-reflection, some self-growth, some self-love, you need to take high dose of mushrooms. And I'd take the South Australian subs. But now, like I said, in the middle of my mushroom dosage, about 10:30, when I was trying to fucking come on, let up. I want to take now 9 grams of golden cubes, the ones that grow around where I live here, and just do like a trip report comparison, an after action report comparison for what the actual cubes are to subs. Now that I've got a really good base on what a large dose of subs does, I'd love to go down the road now what a large dose of cubes do. So Sarah's going to come and have a billy with us. What's wrong? I don't know. I just thought they were really they were not on the same level as the South Australian subs. I thought they were really hard to get. Huh? Well, I'll move that down here. All right. My daughter is rocked up.
Hey.
So I was just telling them. But there's nothing wrong with Queensland subs. I mean, if I can get some, I'll take them. I know they're rare, but they are different. I'd love to give them a go, Nana. I'd love to give Queensland subs a go. DK, even a mate. DK, big love, bro.
Hey. Cool.
This is my daughter, Sarah, guys. Cubes are way less potent. I know they are. That's why I want to see what type of experience the lesser is it more of euphoric fun, or is it still lots of self-reflection but on a more limited mode, say beginner mode self-reflection? Charlie C. Charlie's she's in Canada. Morning, Charlie.
What time is it over there?
in Canada. What's 9:20 here? It's probably like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. Should be, should be getting up for work, I'd say, or doing something.
Still raining.
Yeah, it's just that I was just saying it's pissing down where Nana's from, and I said no, I was spitting on the way home, but it's just starting to spit now.
Yeah.
My friend found some on the pensioners track in Lamington MP. Oh, true. I don't even know where the fuck that is. 8:25 a.m.
Oh, okay.
There she is.
Okay, not too bad. Nice.
Can you see the cream piece over there, darling? Pass me my cream piece. Yeah. So, what did you see when you looked out the bedroom window yesterday?
Oh, dude. So, I can't even remember what I was doing, but I just caught a glimpse of Dad out the window. So, I looked at the curtain and I see Dad. He's probably like 10 meters out, and he's just standing there in just shorts, just barefoot, and he's just kind of like looking at the grass real seriously. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I know, it's just, I haven't really seen him like just chill like that, just outside by himself. It was like, I don't know, pretty.
Was I locked in?
Yeah, locked in.
That's when I was having like.
Oh, dude, it was fucking hilarious. Like, he was just so concentrated on the grass, and I was like, what is happening? I knew he'd taken like mushies and that, so I was like, all right, well, this is gold. I started recording it. Started recording a little bit for Mum just to like get my perspective from my bedroom window. And I paused the video because at this point he didn't know I was recording or filming or anything, so I'm just getting like a candid just shot, just him just taking it in. I walk out here to the lounge room and I go to the back door and I kind of like call out. I'm like, hey Dad, and he just starts laughing. He's just like, bro.
Because I look up, because she went, hey Dad, I look up and I seen it with the camera and I was like, oh, and I grabbed my beard and went, oh, you know, and I was right in the middle of like, right deep in the thought jungle, and the grass was, the house was like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I asked you. I was like, how you going, Dad? And then that's when you're like, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when someone try to interact with you, it snaps you out of everything, but only really quickly. And when I say out of everything, it doesn't take the visual away. And it doesn't take the body feeling away, but it takes you out of the mental jungle momentarily. You seen something important about that grass? I know.
Wait, that's what in the video you can hear me commentating, and I'm like, what's down there? Did you drop something? It looked like he was like looking for like an earring or something. I don't know.
I was trying to find my position because I couldn't find my position where I was standing. Like I felt like I felt like I was all over. What? I'm talking to us.
I'm not sure. I don't think she's just thinking out loud.
My question is, which of the 4 toilets did you aim for when you were tripping? Damn it. I'll tell you how I fixed it. I couldn't stand, mate, so I'd feel my way. So I'd come into the bathroom and I'd feel the bath. I'd grab the bath and I'd grab the toilet and I'd turn around and I'd sit on the toilet and I'd have to piss sitting down. I couldn't stand up. Sat down, yeah, tackled straight onto it. I knew it. Dropping hash in the old shag carpets. Ah, no. Yeah, so it was a fucking big day. Like I said, I totally underestimated it. I thought it was going to be intense, but I thought it was going to last 3-4 hours. And, you know, by 5 o'clock, I'll be done. 6 o'clock dinner, 7 o'clock live, and I'll do my trip report. Woo! I was still fucking flying at 11 o'clock, mate. You know, relatively. But what a day. What an afternoon. What a blessing to have that experience and trigger the question, I suppose, amongst yourselves too. Fucking what really is self-love? What is it? How do you do it? How do you know when you're doing it? And how do you get better at doing it? The answer is take over 5.5 grams of mushrooms. South Australian subs. I know Queensland subs are good, but I'm knowing they're definitely going to work. Smoking on some local sour cherry tonight does the job. Sounds good. I don't know. What are we smoking? You know what this is from Tony's? You got a name?
No, not necessarily. I just know it's not PGR.
Yeah. No, it's good weed. So higher dose, longer it goes. Second rookie question. No, that's not a rookie question. I would have thought that was just intense and was going to be 4 hours. I'm thinking, how can anything last for that long? Your body's going to metabolize it. Ooh. And like I said, I had to take some Seroquel and knock it on the head at 11:30 and go to bed. You know, I must have been out by 12 though. I remember laying down and I was out like a light, man. Solid. It's like I'd been battling all day. I'll jump up in 30 minutes if you want, bro. Just got to set up the machines. I see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mate. If I'm still around if we're still chatting and stuff, yeah. No worries, brother. No fucking whackers. Let me know and I'll put the link up. Yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about that and have some billies with Sarah because Sarah's sort of moved from in town back home a bit more now. She's got things on the horizon going on for herself, so she's going to be around a bit more once she gets her feet back on the ground, eh, mate?
Yeah. Yeah, got good things coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Eka in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, Brisbane Eka with her grandparents, with Mel's mum and dad.
Yeah, it's been a tradition for the last few years.
Yeah, it has been, 4 or 5 years now?
I think 3, 4, going on 3, 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so got that coming up. Clearly high if it takes 30 to set up computer, you working on a Commodore. 60 to 90 minutes. What's it? Size of landing strip? What's that? What size of landing strip, Nana? 60 to 90 minutes per gram is a rough guide for sub-serinosa. 60 to 90 minutes. Oh, right, okay. So 9 grams times 1.5 hours. Yeah, it's about 12 hours, isn't it? Roughly.
Yeah, you took a fuck ton.
Yeah, so Steve says it should be about 60 to 90 minutes per gram you take. It should last.
All right, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. Doesn't see the work on runways. Oh yeah, he's in Rathbase Perth working on runways. He is. Yep, Charlie, the higher dose, the longer she goes. Definitely. I can affirm to that. Definitely.
I might have another cone and go make a coffee.
Yeah. Ooh, it's fucking hot, eh?
Oh, I'm comfortable. I'm temperate.
Yeah, I've got a bit more body fat than you.
Uh-huh.
I'm like a seal.
Insulated.
Insulated, bruh. Yeah, so overall, all I can say is it was a fucking good experience, really. It was I was in the trenches for a while. Then I was out of them, and then I was in them, and I was out of them, and in them, and fucking
Thought jungle sounds scary. Well, not scary, maybe intimidating.
Yeah. Noise. Yeah. But yeah, bloody great. Bloody great. I just wish I had more. I wish I had more so I can just experiment at my pleasure, you know, but it's hard to get a hold of them.
I'll send you photos. Absolute legend. Don't.
Ah.
We can't tell Josh though. He'll fucking demolish.
Yeah, Josh will fucking eat it all.
Oh, what's wrong with this kid? He's a monster with it.
He's a monster. My boy's done 18 grams in the last.
Like 36 hours, if that.
No, not even 20. Like 13 hours.
Oh my god.
Send us an Oz while you're at it. Oh yeah, Taff. I'd love to do shrooms with anyone that's doing it, man. I'd love to be there with them when they're doing it, like a dose like that. So I could guide them through it, especially if they go down the hate yourself hole too much. Just to be there to help them bring them out and to say, remember to love yourself. Remember where you are. Remember you can kick yourself in the balls a lot and you've got to stop. Just to break them and to bring them into that nurturing hole. The nurturing hole of love yourself.
Yeah, tell him to sustain for 4 weeks and then do 7 grams. Yeah, he needs a fucking tolerance break already.
4 weeks.
There's a weapon.
Yeah, I know. He loves it. He says he just loves the thought jungle. Doesn't he?
Yeah, I wake up today at like lunchtime, whenever I get out of the room. I come out and he's halfway through his bedroom door, like just kind of like in the middle of a step, like walking into the room, just kind of struggling a little bit. And Mum's got a bowl of cereal following behind him. And Mum's, he turns around and he's like, oh, hey. He's just like so physically like just depleted, but like coherent with it. Like I could talk to him, and Mum's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring some cereal in for him. He's a bit hungry." Josh looks at me and just goes like, "I'm so weak." He just goes, "I'm so fucking weak," but like he was there with it mentally, but it just had no strength. It was hilarious.
It does. It made me weak. Like I said, I'm lucky I didn't have to walk 5Ks. Otherwise, this would have all happened on the side of the road.
I mean, couldn't even carry his bowl of cereal into his bed.
It does. It makes it really, really physically. Or it did me. And what about you, C's? When you do like a large amount, like when you've done 14 grams or 28 grams, does it make you physically weak like that? Or could you just get up and walk around and... Because, or does it take like just mastering it, doing it enough times to just know, you know, to push your brain to be able to get up and move when your body's saying not to? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I remember that. Cedar said that tolerance builds vary with mushrooms. It's almost like if I wanted to do that dose again today, I'd have to take like 18 grams almost. You know what I mean? It's almost like double the amount to get the same effects. So that's why it's good to take it and then have a break. Fuck, my beard's itchy. It's good to take it, have a good break for 3 or 4 weeks, get your body over it, and then but then there's microdosing. I've heard people talking about microdosing, how it can just elevate their thought process and stuff throughout the day. I definitely could see how that would work. I don't know if I'd be a microdoser. Maybe if I wasn't in the army, obviously I was still doing some sort of work maybe, and I wanted to just be more creative or maybe a little bit more confident in what I was doing. Maybe I could imagine like a little microdose would just like get you through that edge, push you through the edge maybe, make you a bit more competitive than the people you work around or whatever. Weak like couch lock must sit. Sort of. No, weak like your body, it does get weak. It's like all your power, all your body's energy and power goes to your mind and says, this is what we need to deal with, or this is what you're going to be revealed, or this is what your reflection is, or this is how this is going to go. Yeah, mate, the body load is insane, but you can fight through it. No. I mean, I could yesterday when I wanted to. It was just really hard. You know, so I'm thinking double that again, what I was yesterday. You know, but if you do it a few times, you could work through it. Yep, saves others from me choking them. Everyone took us up, Cetus. Oh, shit, what have I started? Poor old Cetus. It's lucky he lives in the... I mean, the next thing now to make that, for me, to heighten that level, is to be with Boston and to pick those mushrooms where they grow. That would be fantastic. And then spend a day of it, and during that day, having a little munch here and there on a fresh mushroom. Fuck yeah, man, that's so appealing to me. Not 9 grams, so you're fucking having a full crisis in the bush while you're picking. But imagine just having a bite every hour or two, and just getting that fucking like that buzz and that laugh, and you could just see the grass get hot, and the mushrooms would probably call to you, mate, if you had a little bite. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy. You can smoke DMT and walk around normal. That's control. Well, yeah. Is there any questions anyone wants to ask me? Any, like, did you ever have to go without food in the middle? Oh yes, mate. We do all try, and we do sleep deprivation training. So they might work us really, really hard physically, mate, digging holes, running up, doing obstacle courses, doing pack marches, mate, so that you just physically can't sleep at all because you're constantly moving. And then they make you do high level IQ exercises after 3 days, and after arduous, like they'll make you you'll have like 7 items that you have to remember. Then you'll go and do an obstacle course on a 2.4 kilometer run, and then you've got to write down those 7 obstacles, those 7 objects, and you keep doing it until you get it right. You know what I mean? So that's like just a dips of what sleep deprivation. Then we have food rationing and water rationing training. And so we'll get a 1-man ration pack that lasts 24 hours, and we'll give it to a soldier and say it's got to last 5 days. And, you think you're going to make it last, and the soldier will ration it 3 days, and then the next 2 days it will starve. But you're already starving because that ration pack's meant to last 24 hours, so you already rationed it 3 days. So you know what I mean? The food that's sustaining you for 24 hours, you've already rationed it for 3, and you've got 2 more to go, and they already ate it all. But you got to remember, that doesn't sound bad, but you're not just sitting on the couch. We're digging holes, filling them in, running, doing obstacle courses, patrolling, doing fucking section attacks, doing navigation exercises, doing stretcher carries, doing first aid stands, and then doing night shoots, night attacks, night swimming, night crossing lakes at night time in the undies with all your gun and shit, so you know how to tie your shit up waterproof with the tarp, and cross waterways at night time because it's, easiest time to cross them. And whilst you're doing all that, or we'll just say that's it, no water now, water discipline, you got to drink 1 litre a day for the next 5 days, we're about to do a lot of physical stuff. So you got to learn how to, do your timing right, how not to move in the heat of the day, how to move through shadows. But yeah, fuck food deprivation, bro. It's a massive part of military training. It's one of the things that you have to have.
Rapid coffee.
That's one of the things that you have to have sorted. Because what if you're an Afghan and you get caught out in the plateau for 5 days and you've only got a day's worth of food? Like, you don't want that to be the first time you're experiencing that, right? So we practice that shit for that exact scenario, as many as we can. And by the time you get to a war zone or something like that, not much can phase you. Sleep, food, water. You've learned how to work in the hardest environments under the most intense conditions to make the hardest decisions, while sleep deprived and food deprived. It's good, man. It makes you better. It makes you a better person. It just sharpens everything about you. When you know what you can do when you're fucked. When you're sharp, bro, you're deadly.
Wait, that comment from Caesar, I can smoke DMT and walk around like normal.
Yeah, I know.
Get the fuck out of town. God.
Sarah's had DMT.
Oh my God.
Why don't you tell them about your DMT experience?
How much time do we have? Oh, fucking, what a roller coaster and a half that shit was, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know, it's like fuck, I just remember asking Caesar because he was here when I did it. Like, luckily, I guess it was pretty cool. But wait, that music that you put on,
Well, I think it was.
Oh my god, I don't.
Dung 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 dung
Wait,
dung
what's that?
dung 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 dung. Caesar, because Boston was here. Caesar was at our place. He came and visited me just before Christmas, and he spent 3 days here. You know, he taught me about mushrooms. He took me into the bush picking, showed me what to look for. You know, he introduced me to DMT. This is all things I asked him to do. This wasn't him pushing it or shoving it upon us. It was stuff that I was asking him and was intrigued about. And he's like, I'll show you while I'm with you. You know?
I don't hate you at all, but like I just like the music choice. Not a fan of that fucking dude. Definitely could have been better options, I reckon, but ultimately it was definitely an experience. I'm glad I did it. Like, it's just fucking far out.
Oh, Lazy Billy, you're a legend, mate. Appreciate all your stories. Like, I appreciate you saying that, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Cheers, bro. Do you still hate me after that, Sarah?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Tap is like, ha ha ha.
Oh, dude, holy fuck, hey. Like, and it was like, oh, just.
Well, Boston was here, everyone. So Boston was with me.
I witnessed it. It was
Yeah. He was here because I was having my first DMT experience.
We had it at the exact same time.
Yeah, we did. We did it together.
In the lounge room right here.
Yeah.
Sat on the floor.
And Boston was here, like just.
He was actually sat where I am right now.
Yeah, he was looking over us for like being like my trip sitter.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I remember packing it because I had mine on top of my cone. I packed it like on top, and I just remember I was like, "How fast does it hit? Like, is it instant?" He's like, "Yeah, it's pretty instant." Like, and I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, like put your bong down like as soon as you exhale type of instant." And I was like, "Fuck, okay." Yeah, I just remember exhaling and then just putting the bong down, and then just like leaning back because I was just cross-legged on the floor, and just leaning back and just like succumbing to it was just like forced to become a ball of energy, just surpassing through every like time that has ever existed.
A ball of energy passing through every time that has ever existed.
Like, just to put it mildly and like very like, you know, not really
layman's terms.
Yeah, it's not even really explaining it, but I guess
it's hard.
I was lost.
DMT is the hardest one to explain.
I just remember the profound feeling of like after it happened, after the trip had kind of worn off and I was like sobered up again. I just remember looking at Caesar and just thinking like, kind of like, fuck you, just because I will never be able to express that experience to anyone else with words. Like, it's just, and I was like, the fact that I have to live with this for the rest of my life and just deal with like what I just went through, like, and just sit on it. I was like, fuck, that is a lot. Like, I remember I had taken it Friday night, and then the next day, all day Saturday, I just sat outside on the grass, just like crying, smoking cones. Like, not to be
sitting on the grass with that crying, smoking cones.
Not to be dramatic. Not to be dramatic, but no, it wasn't sad tears though. It was just like feeling tears. Like, I know it's just like a lot.
Overwhelming truth tears.
I don't know about truth, but just overwhelmingness, you know, just like not sure where to put all these feelings that I just discovered.
Yeah, thanks. It's so hard to explain.
Yeah, fucking. I probably sound like a crazy person, but I mean, anyone who's like, I don't know, had a proper hit of DMT, I guess, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but fucking.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, yeah. Yeah. Whatever you want. Just whatever you want, Mama. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, that's it. I was gonna say it's yeah, a few of us. Yeah, I assume so. Trippers, but I don't know, it's just like how you just like so overwhelmed and like when you're actually going through the trip, how you're like forced to experience it. Like, you can't really like get away from it, or like, I don't know, like not take it. Like, once you've taken it, like you're committed to that trip until it like you come down. And I remember like halfway through, I just remember not feeling like great because I was like I was like, is this gonna last forever? Like, is this just my experience in like life now? Like, it sounds so silly, but I was like, this is fucking intense. And it was the first time that I've ever had like a drug that like I couldn't kind of like overpower or like, you know, I wasn't really myself with. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was like overwhelming.
It felt out of control.
Imagine coming to on the side of the road tangled in vines in the rainforest. They ditched me and took off. What the fuck? Well, when I came to, I threw up all over myself. So
You did.
that's fucked up, man. That's really.
But to Sarah's defense, even Siva will say this: 40% of people that take DMT will throw up after it.
Yeah, I don't know. Smoked this, then left me. That's absolutely fucked, man.
Damn.
That's
Fuck banana. That sucks that they did that to you, bro.
Oh,
I hate that, mate.
I couldn't. Oh my god, yeah, just being left with that and like alone and like knowing that left you. That's horrible, man. Like being left with those feelings in a safe environment around people that I love, like that loved me, is like it was tough enough. Like that's fucked up.
It is. Oh, fucking me. My sinuses.
Bro, you sound like truck brakes like giving out.
It's fucking head cold. Just won't go. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It'd be hard not to bash those cunts after doing that. But yeah. It was a pretty mad 3 days actually. When Boston came up and seen us, it was a mad 3 days. It was really cool.
I still can't get over the fucking that trip, eh? Like,
How intense it was.
yeah.
And I had a totally different experience. Like Sarah fully shot off like a rocket.
Like I had the full ego death. Like I had the
Full ego death.
oh my god. Yeah, that experience put meaning to those words for the first time, probably. Like,
I didn't have that. I came back and I just had like the figure eight. Like it must have been the infinity sign because
oh,
what's the figure eight mean? I say, I'll take it to, and it was just sitting in front of my eyes, just changing colors. And that was it. And I had like it was like a really big person was sitting on my chest.
that sounds way funner than what
So I was like, oh, I just went like took the breath and like I had this heavy person sitting on me, and then the infinity sign, I was going. Brrr. So I don't know if I quite hit enough.
man, I
I hit it right. I don't think I quite hit it right.
it sounds so tripped out, but like I legit saw like new colors, new shapes, new structures. I saw new types of architecture that I have never seen and probably will never see again. It's fucking tripped out, eh? I've seen like landscapes that I've never seen. Like
Yeah, it's a blessing, really. Some of that stuff.
it was insane, eh? Like, and it went by so quickly, but at the same time, it literally felt like I experienced all of time that will ever be. Fucking crazy.
Isn't that crazy? But yeah. And I've done it a few times since, and I just don't think I'm administrating it right. I think I need to have a bigger cone piece.
Have one out of my bong.
Yeah, I've got to do it out of the bong, but I just don't want to cough while being. Imagine like going and then having that bad cough you do after weed, but like the DMT's hitting you. I just don't want that to happen.
Oh my god, I would want to fucking pull it.
Can you eat it?
Yeah, how else can you administer it to yourself? Like
DMT.
yeah,
I know you can do it intravenously.
I was gonna say
We're not doing that. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, do you really want to hit?
I don't know. I suppose you could eat it. I don't know. Where's the DMT people?
I don't know what's like the boiling point of it. Like, would it like fuck up if you melted it down in mushrooms and chocolate like that, and did the same technique you did with the chockies, with the mushies?
I suppose it did act like ayahuasca then. I suppose. Or do you have to smoke it? No, the DMT I got here is smokable. It's a smokable stuff.
So yeah, you have to.
Every time I
that.
smell it, man.
Oh, don't.
You want to smell?
Do I want to smell?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You just want a memory of the night?
Yeah,
Sure.
go on.
Go on, do
Hang on. Oh.
it. You got it?
Oh.
Doing
Oh my god.
DMT.
It's gonna make me throw up, isn't it?
Oh.
beaten.
You need moist to eat it, but then it's 12-hour trip.
12-hour trip.
What?
Oh, no.
You need a moist. What's that mean?
You need to have a second window up,
Oh.
minimize this, and then have Google and just be like fucking researching this shit.
you
What the fuck?
mean like you got to have a shitload? You need a shitload to eat it?
No, I'm assuming it's gonna be like a special device or.
12-hour trip.
Wait, that sounds like my personal.
That's how long my trip was yesterday. 12 hours nearly.
A 12-hour DMT trip sounds like my own personal hell. Not gonna lie, fam. Like puppy. I'm not cultured. I'll jump up in a minute.
All right. So let's. How do I do that again? That one? No.
Oh no.
Oh, I've forgotten. Fuck.
You do that under the grill.
How do I do it again?
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm just trying to put the link up. How do I do the link again? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart, bro.
Is it show your furling?
No. Oh.
Invite guests.
There we go. Fuck. I don't know why I had a massive brain fart then, guys. Bang. Bang. There's a link. There's a link. Boston, Taff. Anyone else that wants to come up and have a few billies before we pull up? Come and say g'day to Dottie. The Dottie. You'll see now they'll come up here when they hit that link.
Yeah.
They'll come in here. Boom, 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 boom.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to wash my fucking hair.
We'll get more sun tomorrow.
Where is?
No, it smells like shampoo.
I thought you were going to say solution.
No, it smells like shampoo. Or hairspray or something.
Can't hear us either.
Oh, no, it's because he's down there. Here we go. Boom. Hey, bro. I think he's on mute.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's just saying 1 second. He's doing some shit.
Busy.
Frog's blog. Watching like a sniper. Shout out to Frog's Brog. How are you, mate? What a name, Frog's Brog.
Don't tell mum.
Yeah, because he's doing night shift. He's working on an air base in Perth. That's the base that I went to Iraq from.
Oh, yeah.
You can jump up. Taff, if you're still watching, bro, come and have a billy too. What other ones do I have here? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yo,
Hey, bro.
what's going on?
Not much, mate.
All good,
Just
yeah?
fucking.
You have a little top of that electric motor. Yep. Yep, where'd you break her up? Yeah, Roger, mate. I was gonna do something real quick, man. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm just gonna check this electric motor. 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah, you're right, mate. No worries. Whereabouts are you, Frog's Frog? Yeah. Taff or anyone else, I said, that wants to jump up and come and say g'day for the last half hour or so, 20 minutes. I'm just chilling with Sarah and having a few billies, and feel free to jump up if you want to, if you feel so inclined. Yeah, so have people had crazier visuals on mushrooms than I have? if anyone in the chat that's done mushrooming themselves, have you had? I know the DMT gives you crazy visuals. I haven't had to experience that other than the infinity sign that was changing colours. But that was with my eyes shut too. That wasn't with my eyes open, so that was my eyes shut. Yesterday, I was having intense visuals with my eyes open, like fully intense, like surreal. And it got too much, like it wouldn't stop. The floor of everything just would not fucking stop. And it was just getting hard to do everything, to move around. And you feel like a minda because you're like fucking like this everywhere you fucking go. Wasn't I? It was an eye open. With my vision yesterday last time. Remember I was always going on about my vision?
Yeah, I just remember you saying when it finally had come good.
Yeah, about 11 o'clock. Yeah, bloody fucking what was the other question I was gonna say?
You had a phone I can steal?
Yeah, heaps there. I'll do the full session before I go live. I don't have to chop up halfway through. Nah, it was good. What I'd like to do, I'd love to take mushrooms, and I wish they'd teach me how to play chess better.
That's a fucking different thing altogether. You got to use AI and cheat against Hooky. Yeah. Anyways, fucking, I'm glad you had a spiritual journey, mate. You done a really good job explaining it, like better than I can, for sure. So.
Oh, mad. Yeah, mad. No, it was really good. Boston, I had fucking mad, mate. It was up and down, but like the overall thing was mad. I
love how you said, and this is something that happens to me every time on the big doses. It's like, I'm never fucking doing this again. And then like, an hour later, it's just pure bliss, and you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm ever not high on mushrooms. It's
100% like that,
bro.
bro.
This is the way humans are supposed to be. This is how we're programmed.
Oh man, yeah, it was. It's crazy how informative. Like, where does the truth come from? How does it know? How do you this thing that influences?
Well, I think it's you already know. It's just in the back. It's in your subconscious. It just brings your subconscious forward, and you're just fucking. You're telling yourself the hard truth a lot of the time. I find.
100%.
And yeah, I get the same thing where it's not like you're crying. It's just like you're fucking just leaking, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You just can't help it. It's not even like you're sad or anything. It's just you're just experiencing all that emotion. And for a bloke, it's hard for us to experience our emotions like that.
Oh, bro. And I thought it was weird that I went and spoke to Josh, and the same thing was happening to him. So I'm like, okay, this must be another side effect of, of the whole experience.
Dude, I've been like out fishing on just 7 grams, and I'm just sitting there. I've got a fucking fish in my hand. I'm just crying. It's so fucking beautiful.
That's what I was like with the dogs, bro. The dogs just looked heaps different to me.
And animals know, bro. They look way different when you're high, bro. It's like they're little people.
Dude, it's crazy. It was like I've never experienced that with the dogs. That was really over, and I wouldn't have probably thought about it until BBK triggered the pet guilt, and I was like, oh yeah, fucking, I'll tell you about pet guilt. No, it was really good, man. It was so good. It was so enlightening. It was so informative. It was crazy. It was crazy how much it affected my body physically. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
You won't really get that on cubes. So that's something people call on subs wood lover paralysis. It's where you basically can't move at all, but you can. Like, I find that you can work through it, but it's like you have vertigo, and it's just like it's almost sickening to the stomach when you do it.
I was struggling with that a bit.
With practice, you'll be right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no. Like, when I was at the back, I'd get locked in, especially when I'd enter the jungle again. I'd just get, my body would just, lock up, and then it would just, all my power would go to my mind. You know what I mean?
That's when you do the deepest work, though, Sarge. Like, fucking, I swear to God, being, you call it the jungle, I've never thought of it like that, but that's a great way to kind of say it. That mental jungle, I spent, 2 weeks in there, man, and that cured my PTSD, bro.
Bro, that's amazing.
It took me back to my childhood, mate. Fucking sitting there. I used to be really isolated as a child, And I'd
Right.
spend like most of my day staring out a window, man. It took me back there, and I'm like, back when I was a kid, I was thinking about everything I'd become as a man. I'm like sitting there checking shit off the list. Did I do this? Did I do this? What can I do to do this and this and this? And it's like, you just got to fucking, and then not only that, have the intention to, after the experience, put that into work.
100%. You
And
know,
like
and you even have a wrestle about, you know, yeah.
That W
Yeah.
you're talking about, 100%, 100%. You can either take it badly, you can try to fight against it, you can accept that you're a shit cat, or you can be like, all right, heck, okay, I know what's wrong. How do I fix it?
Yep. That's what I
spot
found
on,
was
mate.
sort
You've
of,
done a really good job of articulating your experience, man. I can't like, most of my trips are so like, oh, what happened here, here, and here. It's like hard to track what happened, especially on the big dose. So you've done a great job.
Oh, cheers, bro. I appreciate it. No, I really wanted to get the cross so people that never done it before could get a good understanding too, you know.
It's good you've done it while it's still fresh in your memory. A lot of people ask me like a week later, I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, because it's very intimate too. It's very personal.
And it's part of it you don't want to share with the world, like
yeah,
you're
that's
saying,
right. There's lots that I could talk about that I just don't want to talk about.
I try to keep it as simple as possible because I don't want to go into my shit either with like people.
No, that's
like,
exactly.
That's for me and my missus and the experience and that. So
100%. I totally.
I mean, I'm happy to get into a review, you know, privately, of course, because I fucking reckon that we're on that sort of level together now. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking right. Yeah, it's awesome, mate. I was fucking sitting there with a big smile on my face, listening to your experience, getting ready for work. It's awesome.
Yeah, mad. That's awesome, bro.
I'm glad you had your family there to, you know, keep you leveled as well.
Yeah.
So I've had the same experiences alone, and that's another battle altogether when you don't have that love around you.
Right.
You know, so.
Oh yeah, I can imagine, mate. Your environment would definitely influence everything too. 100%.
Sure.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I'll be fucking flying out Tuesday by the sounds of things. I got 45 meters to cut tonight, and then I've got no work tomorrow because it's pissing down and we've finished grooving. And then Monday I've got day shift, pack up and fuck off on Tuesday.
And is that it done, or you just going home for a break again?
Nah, I'll be done in Perth. Fucking not coming back to Perth for a while, hopefully, and I'm going to Townsville.
Townsville, okay, fuck.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, so you got a rough base Pierce.
I'm at rough base Pierce now.
Oh, sorry, you got a rough base Garbett.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Garbett, sorry.
Defense maintenance, so we'll be doing line marking, crack sealing, concrete works, fucking bullshit like that. So probably 6 to 8 weeks there, and then fuck knows.
That'd be pretty crazy, actually. I reckon the Townsville one will be crazy because the Townsville one will be crazy because I'm pretty sure they share the runway with the main Townsville, airport. So I think
I saw that. I was looking on the map and they're on top of each other.
Yeah.
You got to be pretty good with your safety and shit when there's that many planes out and all that. So
Townsville's like a major base too. Like no fucking around. It's like a major base.
Oh, massive! You don't get away with shit out there. So So I can't even smoke any cones when I get back because I'm going to get drug tested on the 4th. So I'm going to be a good boy. I can do mushies though.
Yeah, 100%.
So as soon as I get back on Tuesday, I'm going straight to the forest and picking some freshies. And then me and the missus will probably split an ounce of those. Be good.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate.
I got some DMT Changa in my room. I was fucking making DMT while I was in my hotel for the last week.
Oh, Drew.
And I got some. The bark I bought was poor quality. I didn't get as much as I'd like, but I got enough to get fucked up, so that's all right.
Yeah, man. I mean, doesn't the bark you use grow in WA?
Yeah, it does, but it's like season dependent. Like the different times of the season will have different levels of DMT in it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I bought it in winter, and that's kind of the worst time to buy it. You should be buying it like early spring when the flowers start to bud.
Yeah,
that's when the DMT's at the highest levels. So yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, fucking nice. It's mad.
Oh, fucking
G'day, Mick Wilson. How are you, buddy?
Nico.
Aussie Rick. Yep, Sarge earns that term, the jungle.
You want a little hot snack?
On the fucking Chinese cigarettes.
Are you double happiness for life?
Double happiness
bro,
for life.
$190 for a fucking carton of them in WA. That's all right.
I pay $5 a pack for one.
Yeah, WA is fucking expensive for everything. It's got to cross the Nullarbor.
Told ya. I know. It is crazy how expensive it is over there, eh?
Unreal.
Mm. Did you get any of that rain band? Did it come across from WA that's hitting us now?
Yeah. We've had fucking some wet days. I had like 40 mil drop on me the other day while we were working during night. It was fucked. 12-hour shift, just fucking non-stop rain. Fucking came home looking like a sultana.
No, I mean, is that good too? Is it raining down your neck of the woods for where the good fungus grows?
Yeah, there should be it should be a pretty late season, like probably November.
I remember you saying that.
So yeah, I'll go out next week and fucking pillage, probably fucking collect a couple pounds and then dry them out, and then I'll send you a fucking quarter pound.
Love you, cunt. That's mad.
What you do, bro? It's good. All the other cunts asking, it's $250 an ounce. All right, fuck off.
I'm happy to pay, mate.
Nah, mate, for you it's free.
No, I appreciate you, bro. It was one of the best experiences I've had.
When you got Joshy pinching all your mushies, I got to send you action, man.
Yeah, dude, he's a fit. I think he's just fully enlightening himself, that young fella, mate. I'm telling you. He's fully enlightening himself, man.
I'm going to have a chat with him about it on Discord or something, see where he's at mentally, make sure he's not fucking doing any harm.
Yeah, dude, I think he said he wanted to have chat to you about it. He was saying, oh, man, I wouldn't mind crunching things over with Boston. And I was like, yeah, I'll find out when he's got like an hour or two's free.
I've got all day off tomorrow, mate. I'll probably give you a call tomorrow, Sarge.
Yeah, 100%, bro. No worries.
I'll probably have to hit some DMT first to get in the right headspace for it, but yeah.
Giddy up. No, that's cool, man. I'm not doing nothing tomorrow.
Catch you, Caesar. Have a good night.
See you, Sarah. Good to see you, Al.
Yeah, you too.
JP Phone 20, thank you for sharing your experiences, Sarge. Lives like this help destigmatize, normalize fungus. Thanks to
And mental health awareness, man. You went in pretty deep there, Sarge, and like deeper than I normally go when I talk about mushrooms. So it's refreshing, mate. It's good.
Right. I did like, and that was.
It's a mental battle, man. Like when you on those big doses, it's fucking. Sometimes you feel like you're ripping out your brain. Like,
yeah, it's full on. I mean, it's hard to navigate. It really is. You really gotta accept it, mate. You just gotta accept it. You know, that's what I found was acceptance in the end, and then dealing with that acceptance, and then that guilt, or whether you just accept it and just like I said, trying to learn how to love yourself with it. You know what I mean? And just accept your understanding that flaw about you or whatever is not going to hurt anyone else or anything. It's just a flaw that you have in yourself. It's crazy, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy day. It was a crazy fucking day. I'm just happy for it. I'm happy for the experience, and I can't wait to, enlighten myself more, mate.
yeah, fucking oath.
Yeah.
You definitely give it a nice 2 to 4 week break before you take another big dose. Otherwise, you're going to have to double your dose.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm good for a couple of weeks now, bro. 100%.
Well, they reckon it desynchronizes your personality for about 3 to 4 weeks anyway, so.
Right.
Which is good. That desynchronization means you're more introspective about your day-to-day life. So it's good.
Right.
You know, you're not.
I mean, I could still feel it a little in my legs when I got up today. Like even though I got up, I couldn't feel the effects of the vision. Didn't have the brain fog or anything, but I could still feel my legs were like tender.
And my hand will be like this. It'll be fucking. I won't be able to use my whole hand.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just fucking. I don't know what it is. I think they call it like that's the wood lover paralysis. It tightens up all your muscles. It's bufotein and subs, and that's a mild paralytic. So,
well, you can feel it in the inside of my thighs, mate. Like in the inside of my groin when I'd stand up. Oh my god, they were like so tight. After about 15, 20 steps, it would subside. But when I'd first get up from that lock, and I'd get up after an hour, like my legs, bro, fuck, they were like what you're saying in your hand, but in the inside of my thigh. It was crazy.
Yeah, that one's kind of different for everyone. The where it localizes in your body. For me, it's my hands, but for other people, legs. Some people get it in that base. Yeah, it's interesting.
That's crazy. Yoga front. Mushies are for amateurs. I used to eat mushies in the way to schools. Mushies are not spiritual trip. Mushies are poor trippers' poison.
I don't know about that.
I beg to differ, bro. I beg to differ.
Yoda, what do you take, man, and how big of a dose do you take? Because subaeruginosis is a bit different than your wild cubensis, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm back. Sorry, what did I miss? Oh, Raymo, you have to watch it back, bro.
I took half an ounce of Queensland wild cubensis from Nimbin, and I fucking only tripped for like half an hour, and I fell asleep. It was pretty weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. No, I hadn't dosed for like 3 months. So it was I had a big tolerance, right? And then, smash half an ounce. Mrs. had half an ounce. She chucked up and then took acid because she wasn't feeling it. And then I went to sleep and she fucking was freaking out in the back of the ute. Because there was like a bush chook outside. We were in the forest in the back of the ute. And then I'm passed out asleep. I've just driven like fucking 18 hours straight and then taken half an ounce of mushrooms. And she's throwing up because she had an orange juice, and she's like, "Fucking, I'm not feeling anything." So she's taking 2 tabs of acid, and I'm asleep. Back gate's open, and there's a bush chook running around, and she's freaking out. There, she's like trying to smack me awake. I'm just gone.
Damn.
Yeah, no good. Yeah, she ended up being alright.
This course.
Yeah.
What you can do, Fudge, is if you get some proper like 70-80% dark chocolate and then mix it with ceremonial cacao with your chocolate, you only need to take like 3 grams and you'll get to the same level as a 9-gram trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because so what I was saying, monoamino oxidizer. So Maui's, they decay the decay chain of psilocybin in your bloodstream, so it makes it last longer and hit harder. But also you can get like Cappy, or you can get Syrian rue, and you can do an extraction to get the hamalines out of that. And then if you mix that with DMT, and eat it, then you get the whole, they call it pharmawashka. So it's like ayahuasca, but just the extract version. And you're going to be there for like 8 to 12 hours in DMT land. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah.
Is it similar?
Oh, it's like being on the peak of mushrooms, but for like 8 hours, and then it slowly simmers down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but way more visual. Way more visual. But like, not visual in the sense of like you're looking at something. You can't really open your eyes. It's like you've got to sit there and just fucking be back in your chair, fucking meditating and breathing through it, doing a lot of breathing exercises. But otherwise, you're going to chuck up. Like, it's just too intense.
Right, fuck. Because I did have that feeling yesterday of throwing up, but it never came up.
Probably in 2 years for my 30th, I'm going to go to Peru and do ayahuasca in the jungle.
Ooh, 2 years,
so
bro.
I'm talking to some contacts. I've got some mates that, like, I have a guy that lives in the Czech Republic. He's basically a psychiatrist. He went to Peru probably 2 years ago, and he went with 8 other psychiatrists, and they all hooked up to ECGs, whatever it is, to measure the fucking electrical waves in your brain. They all took ayahuasca, and then they had a shaman singing and doing that all live. So I'm going to go there and do that.
Fuck, bro. In 2 years' time.
Probably without the ECGs, but yeah, my supervisor's turning 30 a little bit after me. So I'm gonna take him with me, go for like a 3-day bush trek out there, and yeah. So that's kind of an open invitation if you want to come with us, Saji.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'll definitely have to fucking talk about that.
I'll fucking pay for your ticket.
No need for that. But yeah, that sounds very fucking cool.
Yeah, well. Have you done 5-MeO DMT? I'm a shaman. If you've got to call yourself a shaman, you're not a shaman. But you can't eat DMT, you're incorrect. I've done 5-MeO DMT. Did you do it from the toad or did you do synthetic? There's a guy that travels Australia that does 5-MeO DMT ceremonies. Sorry, fucking radio comes. Can't remember his name now off the top of my head. Fuck. But he charges you like $500 for a ceremony. I think that's bullshit. You can just do the toad. Yeah. If you have to call yourself a shaman, then yeah. That's a weird one for me, personally. But anyways. Like I don't like people call me a shaman, and I disagree. Unless you lived in the jungle your whole life and you're kind of disconnected from technology, and your whole life is about helping people through that experience, you're not a shaman. You're just someone that likes psychedelics and helps people learn about psychedelics. Yes, you can absolutely eat DMT, and you can eat DMT in the salt form. So it's a lot harder of an extraction. You have to do multiple acid washes and then turn it back into DMT fumarate, which is the salt form, and then you can just eat it like that. And that's a lot less intense than, say, ayahuasca.
Exactly how you said. Yeah.
Yeah, right, mate.
I'm not at the airport. I'm at Rath Base Pierce. I'm sitting on the main runway. We've got 40 fucking meters left to groove, and then I'm going home. So about 4 or 5 hours left of tonight, which is good. Nice short shift. I'm just waiting for the slurry tank to fuel up, and then I'll start work.
There you go.
I'm in the tipper truck, just fucking dodging it out of the dairy smoke. El Clasico.
Hey, Ramo, bloody holy fuck, you had a fucking blown the fucking jet. You military. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm made 22 years in the Australian Army, bro. Yeah, Ramo, you'll have to watch it back. I did a whole report on the dosage that I did yesterday on the subs. It was fucking unreal, bro. It was really enlightening, and I think I did a pretty good job of explaining it. So check it out if you want, Ramo. It's pretty good.
I think you should promote this stream, Sarge, so people see it. It was a good, really good explanation of a high dose, man. Even if you clip it, you fucking cut me out at the end. You don't need me sitting there being a sailor. Yeah, or just get someone to edit it so it's short and sweet or something, and then make a video and promote that. That'd be fucking killer. Get it out there. Yeah, honestly, I've done a lot of mushrooms and I still can't explain it as well as you have right now. So.
Oh, fucking cheers, mate. That's awesome. Yeah, right. That's awesome. It was awesome, bro. It was just, and the mushrooms helped me with everything, even they explain it, bro. It was teach me everything. It was unreal. It was just every way you turn is truth, a lesson. It's just all, even though it can be negative, it's all positive though. It's just how you interpret it and how you accept it, I find. And it takes a while for you to accept it though. That's the other part. Some people may never be able to and could be stuck on that. I don't know. I could see how they could get stuck on that and never want to do it ever again. I don't know. If
you have some really deep-seated trauma, it's fucking not going to be easy. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, 100%, bro. 100%.
Oh, you've done all the work beforehand. Like you said, you've been going to the psychiatrist for years and years. to work through a lot of your trauma already. So you've already been given the tools to kind of deal with what you went through like yesterday.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm saying it would be help if somebody was going to do it for the first time or second time or whatever, and the first time wasn't so good, to have somebody there that can just sort of just not talk to them, because the last thing you want is someone talking to you while you're in the middle of all that, but just to guide, just to give you a gentle little hug and a guidance here and there when you can see someone's you can just see it in their face expressions once it starts to go a bit funny, and the way their body reacts, sort of thing, from when they've just got this massive enlightenment of truth, and if they, at that particular point, you just say, you remember, you love yourself, it's all good, man.
There's an ethical guide. I can't remember which university published it, but there's an ethical guide to trip setting, because there's certain ways that you should be communicating when someone's under a heavy dose, because you don't want to be influencing it. You want to just be able to comfort them without
exactly
altering anything or putting anything in their mind.
Yep.
Because you are 100%. Incredibly vulnerable in a dose like that. And think of people like cult leaders that would give people LSD or other psychedelics to kind of program them. You have to be very careful with how you interact with somebody on a dose like that.
I agree. Totally agree with that. That's great advice. I had some once and couldn't get off the puddle. I was drowning, but had so much fun, was so good. But fuck, I think it's the people you have around you. I mean, when it comes to a large dose of what I did, I think it's an individual experience once it gets to large doses. I don't think it's a social thing. In what I think it's more of an individual grow and an individual enlightenment.
The only person you should be doing a large dose like that with is with your missus, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And unless you have a sitter there that's just solely there to be quiet and make sure that you're safe and okay, and don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And then just having that person there is reassurance. That you've got someone there that if something goes wrong, they can help you out and they know how to help you.
Exactly. Because I could just see how it's so beneficial it could be for so many people, man. But people fear what they don't know as well. You know what I mean? And they hear one bad story, and then it's like, oh, I don't know. And then they put that doubt into their mind already. It's just so unfortunate, because if they can get past it, it can be so helpful. So helpful. How large a dose? Did 9 grams in the end, mate. 9 grams of what's the actual proper name again?
Psilocybe subaruginosa.
Subaruginosa. That's it.
Subaruginosa.
Yeah. Do you guys cultivate your own source of DMT and mushies? Yeah, it fucking see this definitely does. I can pick my own the gold tops, the cubensis. I've got them in plentiful. Yeah.
And you can find subaruginosa in Queensland. It's just a lot harder to find.
Yeah. I mean, and but gold tops are plentiful. When the summertime comes, bro, I'll be eating them things like salad.
You need to take like 27, 28 grams of cubes to get where you got on subs.
Oh yeah, I'd be up for that.
No, they're mild. If you want to just have a good time, just take 5 grams of cubes, and it's just mellow and just fun. And you don't have much of a body load.
Yes, I do.
But subs, man, it does make you feel really heavy.
Oh, dude. It was like a tranquilizer. When it was coming on at the start after 15, 20 minutes, it was like I was tranked, mate. I had to really put effort into get from the front of the front with the power pole down to my front door. I was like, holy shit, if I had to walk another K, I might be doing this on the side of the road under a tree sort of thing. You know what I mean? It really I felt really weak, mate. Really, my body just went really weak as my mind started to heighten. What's that? What's the difference between acid trip and mushrooms? My experiences, they were similar.
Devil's in the dose.
Yeah.
Acid, man, like it's way more visual, less mental, and a little bit way less body load. but also it tends to last. It sticks around a lot longer. Like you're done with it before it's done with you, sort of thing. Depends on the dose. Devil's in the dose of all things, man. But I definitely find mushrooms way more spiritual.
Oh, like I said, I've taken a fair bit of LSD. Nothing like crazy, but I've taken it over 15 times. And the last few times it was really, like 3 tabs strong. And it was just exciting. It was euphoric. It was fun. I was running around like a Looney Tune. Everything was magical. But mushrooms is it's in the different ballpark. It's a completely different kettle of fish. Big love, Chris. See this chat. Got to go.
Low doses of mushrooms are more comparable, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
big love, CJ.
CJ, good to see you, mate. But anyway, Sarge, I'll get out of your hair, mate.
No worries, brother. I appreciate you. I've got nothing on, eh?
Yeah, man, I'll give you a call probably mid-arvo tomorrow. And, see how you're tracking, and we'll get deep if you want. And yeah.
You.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Same. Peace out, bro. Big love. I was going to go back here. I can't do much with acids around other people. Yeah, that's fair. I can totally understand that. How large a dose, brother? I told you that one. Yeah, well, dog, a sitter, yeah. Just someone that has done it, yeah. Do you guys cultivate your own sauce? Yep, I do in the summertime. And see this who was just up. He can make DMT out of the bark, and he does it all, man. He's very, very knowledgeable, and very experienced. And a fucking top guy, very good at explaining things, introducing you to different things. He's very technical too. He knows all the technical terms and the names. I struggle with all the technical stuff. I forget it. My brain's like a sieve. It just goes straight out my eye. That's why I call it subbies and cubes. I know the difference that way. You need to see this beside you. I can't do mushies or acids yet. Oh, city yet. Hardcore. We've got pine mushies. Fuck that. See, this was a difference between check under your bed gigs, take a team and come instead. Thanks. Acid was way more hectic. Up yours, Nana. Big love, Chris. Chat. I had half a bottle of liquid LSD. Holy fuck. Banana. BBK is very wavy, but LSD is very electric. Ooh, BBK, I like that. Mushrooms are wavy, but LSD is electric. Fuck yeah, that's a good way of putting that. Yeah, well, thanks, Chris. I had a bad dose of mushies, 13 years old. I can't even look at them now. Bro, 13 years old. I think that's too young to be taking mushrooms. Way too young. I think you need to have a developed mind first. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Must have been low dose and high dose of acid. Trippers. Later, C's. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Yoda. Cheers, Yoda. Can you please get some? I can make it. I don't do LS much anymore. I'm in Indonesia. Yeah. Jakarta's the capital of Indonesia, isn't it? Yeah, no, it was good, guys. It was a good day. I've already been hating them for years in Australia. I hate them. Yeah. No, I've got some here, Yoda. Look, DMT in this. DMT. So I had the bad trip in the yeah, I know, mate. That's unfortunate, man.
Is it pissing down rain?
It is. It's just started raining a bit harder. Yeah.
Like we can't be any more flooded.
Not bad, yeah. Send me and I will send pine mushies. Yeah, well, yeah, we can talk about it, mate. You know, in my if you go to my channel page, I've got an email there, my email address. If you want to email me, man, we can work something out. I don't mind. I've only seen DMT a few times. When I have seen it, it's like brownish green powder. Does that sound right? I'm not too sure in its raw form. What I've got is Caesar's got a it's called Chunga or whatever it is. So he's got like It's like a plant base, and then he got the DMT and he dipped the plant base in the DMT. So all that plant base, it's called chunga, I think, or chunga, and he dips the plant base in the DMT. So this stuff here is like it sort of looks like weed. It sort of looks like weed, but it's called chunga or something, and it's yeah, don't dox yourself, bro. Fuck. I want to do you a favor, bro. Oh shit! Why didn't it delete? Just put your address, bro. Mate, that's cool. Can you email me if you go to my email? Go to the YouTube page and in the description of my page, I've got my email address, bro. Just email me to say it's Yoda Funk, and we can communicate there if you really want to talk about mushrooms and stuff. But don't put your address out, brother. And I don't even know if it's yours. You could be doxing someone else. So if your DMT is brown, it's probably contaminated with base or mostly NMT. Agree. The DMT I make is generally clear and faintly yellow, depending on how many washes I do. Oh, mate, awesomeness. Yeah, and just put your name down there. But Cedar. If I don't get me wrong, Cedar is you grab that plant material chunga and then you dip it into the DMT that way, and so it's easier to burn and smoke in a bong or however you like to, ignite the DMT. Should be clear yellowing. Yeah, I mean, some of the DMT I've seen that was like I could have got from Melbourne was really, really yellow. But when it comes to DMT, I'm no expert. I shouldn't even be commenting, really. I'm not experienced or knowledgeable on the matter at all. No, mine's green and brown. It's because of plant-based, so the actual DMT would have been, well, if you read see this, he would have had it yellow, and then he dips it in and then he dips it in the plant base. So, and it's easier to post and move around too that way, and it'll last longer. I never tried that brown one. I had a mate freak out on
Shoulder, baby.
It's not too bad. It's when I move around a bit, but no, it's sitting here still.
More heat.
No, it's okay at the moment.
You put some jinkum rub.
Nah.
You put the jinkum rub.
I doled the DMT, non alcohol, and then evaporated over herbal smoking blends. Yeah, that's what exactly. And that's what this comment here, guys. That see they just put up there, and that's what I have here. That's what this is, pretty much here. And it looks like chopped up weed, but it's herbal smoking blends. How do you get it to begin with? You extract it from bark roots. Yeah, you have to talk to see this is the gun on that one there, but I know it's from the bark. I know it's from the bark, and I'm pretty sure that it grows in WA, and it's a bit of a process. It's not too hard. It's not too in depth, but I know there's a bit. But I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know. I don't want to say something wrong, and plus I just don't know. Banana, I've got that rain now, mate. It sounds like it's settling in, bro. When I made it, I could get a good dose into me. What's a good dose, though? Like a good couple of cones? See this, have you ever done enough just to put you on another planet, like really seeing shit that's not real? Yeah, I think he has. Cedar's fucking, he's fucking mad with it, mate. He's like very, 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 very mature with that stuff, mate. It's like when you're around him, man, it's just you just feel the knowledge, and when it comes to this stuff, and because it's so, because it's like a herb, it's a fungus that grows in the ground. It's so what's the word I'm looking for? Organic and natural too. So it's like I'm attracted to that already. Because it's not man-made, it's not trying to mimic some pharmaceutical. It's it's like anything else that grows in the ground. It's organic and it's good. Couldn't zigzag 369. What's up? How you going, bro? Couldn't. That's why I asked Chris. Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Yeah. I couldn't get a good rose on myself. One time I could line up the pipes the light of the game. Acacia acuminata and a few other species of Acacia miminosa hostilis is the most common bark to extract it from. And Zigzag said, yeah, I'm good, man. No, that's good, mate. I'm really thankful for everyone saying that I explained it well tonight, because I felt a little bit vulnerable going into the way my brain was working that night too. So, no, I appreciate that, man. That's good, because I was getting a little bit nervous about when it was time to go live and talking about it, eh? So, no, I'm glad. But it was good for me too, just to crunch through it there, and I could feel. Even though when I was taking the mushrooms, it never really fucked with my heart or anything like that. But when I was temporarily tall and some of the experiences, I could feel my heart rate starting to rise, talking about the experience and the anticipation of what I was feeling at that time. But tell you what, I still feel big shit today. Like, I need another good sleep, you know.
You should see what life's made. I'm not going to believe.
Okay, sure. Good man. I've got to go. I will be in touch. Blessings. Oh, what's that? I'm not hungry, but
That's called quiche.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I made it out of the blue with all the herbs. All the herbs you bought me.
Yeah.
Look, it's spongy and soft.
Mm,
And I put cheese on top with herbs.
that's good. I've got to go. I will be in touch. Blessings.
Holy fuck, that is so good.
No worries, Yoga Funk. Like I said, my email's there. melandchris7477@gmail.com. So anyone can see it. It's in the description. And I'll get back to you, mate. It's all good. Aussie Rick, 10 out of 10. So, cheers, brother. Cheers, Aussie Rick, mate. It was good having you in the chat too, encouraging me like that too. So I appreciate it. I really do. I got a lot out of it too. And coming from Caesar saying that I should promote the video, that's got a lot of weight for me. So I'm going to do that. I think I might do that about this. If he thinks that people can get a lot out of it, then that's part. You know, that was part of the mushroom. The last part of the mushroom thing was philosophy. You know, like in how I can try and help people through maybe what I experienced. I mean, and if it starts with just getting this video out there tonight, I'll work on it tomorrow and chop it up and get it out there. So that's some good feedback. Some really good feedback. Fuck. It's been good. I've been a good constant amount of people been in here, chatting amongst themselves and having and giving their insight and some advice. It's been really good. Mushies are great. Yeah, I just went through my whole trip report I took a big dose yesterday, and so that's just what I'm sort of talking about. Zigzag and anyone else that's came in and is wondering what I'm talking about. But Banana Farmer, good night, mate. It's been good, mate. I appreciate you coming in and chatting and chilling and listening and telling your stories, dude. And I think that's horrible what those pricks did to you, bro, when you had DMT. Fucking cunts. Some people are just cunts. Flesh of the gods. Zigzag. It is, mate. We're lucky for human beings who had discovered such good medicine. It really is. It's good. And in small doses, you know, it's you know, it can be a bit of fun.
Oh, look, I made a whole plate of fish.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's very quiche.
That's what quiche does.
Yeah.
It's eggy with the bacon stuff. That's what real mums do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they do.
Mel just made a big feed. Yeah, thanks, brother. LHLR. LHLR banana. Fucking oath, mate. BBK, yeah, mate, definitely. You've got some great advice and some great definitions, and especially like that last one with the mushrooms are sort of wavy and LSD electric. Fuck, I love that, mate. And you know yourself, you're very well versed too. Like, see the two, BBK is very knowledgeable on the fact too, and I know he's put himself through the ringer, with a few different things. So, I know BBK's got a lot to offer in that department as well when it comes to knowledge on mushrooms and psychedelics and things too, and weed for that matter, and anything growing. Fuck, he grows everything. BBK grows everything, and he's awesome at it. Yeah, check his channel out, guys. Check out BBK's channel too. It's fucking mad. And he goes live time from time. I've seen his mushy cupboard. It's fucking mad. Man, short at work, so got to run. Ground crew on my press. Big love, bro. Thanks, Boston. Have a good rest of your night, mate. We'll have a chat tomorrow, bro. Big love, cunt.
See you there.
Yeah, well, guys, I've really enjoyed that. I'm glad that the feedback from you guys, I got articulate sort of what it's like to be on a large dose of mushrooms, and from my point of view, anyway. Thanks for the back and forth. It was really, really good. Good feedback. It was a good chat. Fucking enjoyed tonight, guys. I appreciate it. With that, I'll have one more Billy with yous, and I might call it a Saturday night. I might have a feed and fucking get ready to fucking hit the old farter. Hit the old farter sack.
I don't know if it's edible. I've never made it before.
Cheers for sharing your journey, man. It was an eye-opening to say the least. Catch you later. I've got 45 minutes on the treadmill list. Go hard, DK. Get after it, brother. No, I appreciate you, man. Big love, bar. That smells little quiches you just made. Nah, appreciate it, DK. Thanks, mate. Appreciate the comment. You're a legend. Cheers, man. And get after it, brother. Take care. Take care, Aussie Rick, mate. And same again. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate you. All right. I'm another quick Billy here, and from around the world, good morning to you. And if you're in Australia, have a good rest of your Saturday night. Try to love yourself a little more, if you can work out what that means and even how to do that.
Bye.
Take care tonight. Yep. Zigzag sub, dude. Enjoy your food. Cheers, Zigzag. I appreciate it, man. Thanks heaps. Thanks for the support. BBK, much love and good night. Much love. Mushroom love and good night. Nah, thanks, mate. Thanks for stay hanging around and going through my journey with me too, man. You pulled out some of the things that I might have skipped over, like the pet guilt, bro. And I think that's a really big one because it was a massive influence on me. So, yeah, guys. Thanks heaps, eh? Much love. Look after yourselves. Travel safe. And try not to be too hard on each other, eh? Big love, guys.